See you laid out on the floor, try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more, saying that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports.
Shout out to the first in the building. Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. The GOAT has arrived. What's good with it? Salute to everyone that's on deck, man. Carlos Rosado is in the building. David says, we in here. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? This is an open panel, man. I don't have no topics to talk about. I'm not going to talk about the same shit, back, forth, and the other. You know what I'm saying? People talking about the same topic, and they don't have the answers. No one has the answers because that's how boxing is. You know what I'm saying? No one has the answers. It's just, the same shit every day, man. People want to know what's going to happen. PBC, Showtime. Is it really our business? I mean, we don't work for them. Why couldn't they prepare themselves better so people won't be talking about it? Andre Berto sent out, it's about to be a surprise. Man, we done heard that. This ain't trick or treat, goddammit. We got about a couple more days before that shit happen. I'm tired of boxing news always got to come out. Hey, man, we got a surprise for y'all. I don't want to hear nothing. Put on the fights, man. The surprise is why y'all couldn't keep Fox, why y'all couldn't keep Showtime. Paramount came and took over, and they said, we ain't dealing with y'all no more. It's too much red tape we got going on here. You know what I'm saying? Paramount came and they said, no, looking at the numbers and everything, and looking at the black and looking at what the red is, that's not feasible. That won't suffice moving forward. So y'all might want to tell it's going to be a restructuring plan here at Showtime, and it's going to be some cuts. Yeah, it's going to be some cuts because that is not making us the money that I see fit that to say that we're driving towards ultimate success. Hell no. This is not success when we losing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's getting paid, but it's not something that's bringing back money to us. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's bringing back money to us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows what's going to happen. We're waiting on certain fights to take place. You know what I'm saying? We don't know shit. We can't find out any answers. With boxing is always trick or treat. You know what I'm saying? People always act like you got to damn hold your bag out there and say, hey, don't open this till tomorrow now. I mean, come on, man. We tired of that shit. I am. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. Squad Jones on deck. I see you in the building, man. Mr. Johnson, Boxing Talking More. Been a minute, bro. How you feeling, bro? Salute to you. What up with you? Toby Bartley, Mr. International, is on deck. Salute WCS in the hottest chat in the YTC. We're global, baby. We're global. What's good? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. All I wanted to do is talk about, whatever the topic is. I don't have no specific topic. Who am I? I just finished watching one championship today, Muay Thai match. Man, that shit was on fire. Just finished watching Bare Knuckle. My boy Reggie Barnett, salute to you. You know what I'm saying? You end up getting a stoppage, retain your title. You know what I'm saying? I see you out there still doing doing your thing. Real talk. Jay on deck, I see you. PBC going out with highway robbery. I don't, you can't go out with highway robbery with that type of numbers. I'm not saying it's not a legal loophole, but like I told you before, I heard a while ago that it was going to be some restructuring or rebranding of the PBC. I'm curious to know what that's going to be for them to elude any possible outstanding debt that may be owed to those who put money into the company. Like that's out of my scope. I can give you an overlay. I can talk about it, but I can't really dig deep into the details. I can't do that shit. I'll be up here soon. I'm not gonna do like the others. I am Cam Edwards on deck, man. What to do in the building? One love, WCS, and everyone in the chat. One love to you, brother. Already what's understood ain't got to be explained. Salute from here. To beyond, salute. Yes, sir. I just feel like, the same old thing. People talking about, Steven Espinosa. He's in the camp. He was over there in the camp with Jerron Ennis. I mean, what does that mean? If he's gonna be a manager, cool. But what does that mean? What does that have to do with Showtime? He chose to take a step, and now he wants to show that love because they have an agreement, and possibly Steven feeling guilty that he didn't tell them the whole ordeal that was about to damn implode, fulminate. You know what I'm saying? Down the road, he didn't tell them the whole calendar. Hey, well, we only got this much time left now, Jerron. I know we had an agreement, but we gotta look for something else coming up that might put you back in limbo. Man, come on, bro. Why are you over there? What you gonna do? You gonna be his manager now? I'm just curious. Dr. Paul, what's good with it? Salute to you in the building. Hopefully you and the wife is doing amazing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all doing amazing over there, man. Better days, happier days, healthier days. You know what I'm saying? Like a church, I got a special treat for y'all. Yeah. Like you want to hand out transparent blessings. I'm sick or tired of that boxing news, being released. They always releasing shit like, oh, we can't tell you now. We got a surprise. Nigga, we don't want trick or treat no more, dog. We don't want no trick or treat no more. You know what I'm saying? People tired of that shit. And just so y'all know, the caveat off the live I did yesterday about Coach Kevin Cunningham being over there on that non-black channel who has been on record as trying to say that blacks were racist towards Latinos, telling them to go back to the country. So he took it upon himself, punch drunk boxing to feel some type of way back in the day. That's my only reason for talking to Kevin Cunningham and say, hey, it's plenty of black content creators that will reach out to you, but your fighters don't reach back. You don't respond. You didn't respond. I know you can't appease everybody. It's not within your schedule to do so, but when you say black media, where's the black supporters? It was just foul. I mean, to put black supporters on there, no, you can't do that. No, especially with that guy who's saying, oh, it's no supporters. This is the same guy who was trying to blame blacks for being racist towards Latino. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. That would even be the guy that you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Unbelievable. It's just like me, going having an encounter with one racist white person, and then all of a sudden I say all white people. I say whites. I don't say some whites. I say whites. You know what I'm saying? I encapsulate the entire race, whites. Anybody who look like them. But this guy's up there talking about, blacks over there telling. I ain't never heard a black tell Latino go back to your country. Never, dog. Never heard no shit like that. A lot of time blacks don't even pay attention to Latinos like that. That's strict. I mean, they got skin color the shade of ours. Hair texture may be different. But come on, bro. Come on, man. Rebel, what's good with it? See you in the building. Team Bud for sure. Lost all the boxing in the LAB. What's good? I see you in the building. What's good, family? What's good with you, bro? W says that December 9th pay-per-view trash. They try to sell us. Man, hey. Hey, man. You know what they're trying to do. You know what they're trying to do. They trying to just goddamn, give you the leftovers. They trying to give you a bag and say, don't open this until you get home. You get to the parking lot, crack it open. All it is paper mache and goddamn some shavings, some freaking small candies up in that motherfucker, some toothpicks, some funny string, some silly string rather, shit like that. They had you thinking you about to get a bag of goodies. They gave you goddamn little fun items that a kid's supposed to have. Oh, we got a surprise for y'all. We got a surprise for y'all. Who? What's the surprise, man? You always got some boxer talking about we got surprises. We got surprises. Man, the consumer's tired of surprises. We want shit to stick. Goddamn, give us something that's on the calendar to make us perk up and get excited. Not this. Oh, hey, man, Showtime out. But we got a surprise for y'all. Stay tuned. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Somebody want to hear that. You tell us when the fight is, put some damn good fights on the card, and that's all we need to know, man. That's all we need to know. We don't need to hear any of that other stuff. Jessica on deck in the building this Friday. What's good with it, Jessica? How you feeling? And you got to jump on the panel one time, another Jessica, so I can make sure that you actual woman. You know what I'm saying? So I can call you, prefer to use that, because dudes be in here pretending to be something they not. You know what I'm saying? And you be up here calling them queen and giving them respect, and come to find out, instead of being a queen, they're a thing, because they don't know who they were. They don't know who they are. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you not who you say you is. All right, just understand. I've been on the YT street. There's some weird type of individuals out here. Weird. They'll let you call them queen. Oh, that nigga don't know. He keep on calling me queen. Little did he know. Shit. They're laughing at you. Yeah, bitch. Call me queen, bitch. I'm that one. I swear, man. I ain't good. Wife is getting stronger day by day. We blessed. No doubt. Good news. You know what I'm saying? Good news, man. Good news. That's what's up, man. Dan Tan, I see you. This is just an open panel today. And for those individuals that haven't been on the panel, you don't have to stay on the panel long or whatever, but I like to know my audience. I like to know the regulars that stop through. You don't have to come in here and talk no freaking boxing. This is any topic you choose to talk about. I don't do panels often, but when I do, I try to put in as much damn TikTok as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Keep it on the clock for a minute or two or three. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no surprises. We ain't gonna talk about what we think that's in the brown bag and none of that shit. We don't want to hear what this person said. And I mean, it's not our fault that freaking Showtime has chose to abort mission. You know what I'm saying? Whose fault is that? And look, why is the YTC talking about this so much? The only people that should be talking about this in length is what? The pro PBC channels who was pushing this and pushing this and pushing this. You know what I'm saying? Uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. They were just pushing it. The fighters get paid so good. They get paid so good. That's why they ain't saying nothing. That's why they're feeling good over there. They've been well taken care of. Well, how did that business model work out for you? How did that business model work out? I mean, what about, just like Toby said earlier, what about if the back end money is still on the back end, and the back end will extend past this New Year's end? And what's going to happen in 2024? Is your money just going to fly out the door? You know what I'm saying? They're going to start having y'all send them cease to desist letters out there tomorrow. No more funds will be delivered until further notice. I mean, do y'all have your funds in hand? Is it something that's set up already? Is an agreement? Is everybody paid in full? Not the movie, but I'm talking about the money owed. Because from what I was told, that when it comes to PBC, they like to set their fighters up for success by giving them the promotional banner. You know what I'm saying? Man down promotions. You know what I'm saying? All these freaking promotions. And so they can do this transaction type thing. And Al Heyman set them up for success by giving them money throughout the back end so they'll never go broke. Well, what about when the money has dried up and the network has since aborted mission? I mean, where's all this gonna come from now? I know Al got money in the bank. I know Al's sitting real nice over there. I know he probably sitting real nice. I know he walked down to the West Wing. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not walking. He's probably on a goddamn nice ass cart. He got a robot guiding him through the hallways. You know, security team has a robots IO security team over there. Yeah, he's just, riding the robot through the hallway, checking things out, talking to his business partners. Yeah, I hope them PBC fighters got all their money though, because these pro PBC channels should have did something more. They was over here talking about Crawford while Showtime was in collapse. Y'all know damn good. Y'all was over there talking about Crawford when PBC was in collapse with Showtime, knowing that Paramount had took over. Y'all over here not even giving a damn about PBC. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just up here talking about somebody who's not even signed with PBC. I guess I'm curious to know, did Canelo get all his money yet? I'm curious to know how that works. Or was Canelo legal team so good that he locked that ribbon tight? He wrapped that ribbon tight before he went in there on September 30th. All the money cleared. Dinero? Now, yeah. It's here. It clear? Okay. We got to fight. Canelo got all his money. Now, Charlo probably got 30,000 up front. And then he's going to get the rest on the back end. That's what I'm thinking. That's why he was crying in the locker room. He said, oh my God, Showtime collapsing. Oh my God, I only got 30,000. I feel so bad for myself. God damn. How am I supposed to get my other 20 million? Huh? How am I supposed to get my other 15? That's going to take forever on the back end. Well, hey, talk to Big Al. Talk to motherfucking Big Al, shawty. What's with it, Blunts? How you feeling, GOAT?
What's the deal? OG? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I need to get that microphone set up so I can become official when I go on, camera and shit.
Damn. I got you. I got you. I get you right.
Damn, you got
everybody at?
A professional setup.
Yeah, I mean, I put you on. I'm gonna send you the links, get you the little tripod so you connect the mic to it. You know what I mean? Get right, look nice. You know what I'm saying?
What you up to, man? I know it's Friday your way, like everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? What you up to and shit?
Man, I'm chilling. I see everybody in the building. What's the deal with the hottest chat in the MFing game? Why y'all scary ass ain't hitting the goddamn link? Jump on the link.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, for real. Your panel be too thick. Jessica, stop making excuses. Man, Blunt's the only one on here. You got 8 more. 8 more people can get on here. You don't have to stay up here. I just want to know my audience there, Jessica. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I know the rest of them. I know Carlos. I know Blunt's been on here. I know I know Swat Jones, freaking Green. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of cats that I do know. Cam, I know all them. You know what I'm saying? What's good, people? Come on up.
Salute, y'all. Salute.
You had to y'all had to wait the Blunts call y'all out to get on this motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
I said I was gonna be here in a couple minutes. I just happened to get on right after. I was gonna jump on. You know that WCS. I'm about to jump on.
Y'all had to finish what you was doing in the car, take it to the head, and get right.
Man, I was trying to roll one real quick.
I'm getting right now.
With y'all crazy
I'm
ass,
getting
man.
right now.
Yeah, I had to roll one up real quick.
Yeah, I had to settle so I could pay attention, man.
Yeah, you got to get right to the point where you come up with some new thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to come up with some new topics to talk about. Shit,
You know it, man. Hey,
Tell them WCS, you can't be no job turkey so close to Thanksgiving.
for real, man. We got to save that for the holidays. It's right around the corner too. Shit, what's cooking though? You know what I'm saying? Besides this Showtime bullshit.
Did y'all see the
fat
fake
ass
Raw?
miss weight?
JoJo missed weight. God damn.
JoJo
Man,
Diaz?
listen, JoJo missed weight again, man. He 100? Well, he had to pull out because they couldn't come to an agreement. On the weight. He was 147 pounds. Dude, he was fighting was 130, willing to come up to 35 to fight JoJo. And JoJo ass said, "Look, I'll come down to 145." And look, they
See, that right there was something more. That right there had to do with money, because JoJo, he would have had to come off a bit of his purse, you know, if the dude agreed to fight him with that much weight difference. So, you know, JoJo just got a free trip.
Though. Yeah, his last two.
Yeah, I'm just saying in this particular instance, the miss weight that much. You're talking about he missed weight by like.
Yeah, that definitely was intentional.
Yeah, he was.
Didn't you write that earlier on the chat?
He didn't come to fight. He just came on a vacation.
Didn't you write that earlier in the chat, Blunts? That dudes are gonna miss weight.
No, I don't remember putting in there dudes miss weight.
When WCS was doing the live.
When he was doing the UFC joint, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I heard a few of them MMA dudes miss weight, and they was looking like they didn't give a fuck because they weigh-in came across my I was watching all the weigh-ins this morning for the boxing fights tomorrow, and after I got done with them, the UFC joint automatically came on. So I was just letting it play while I was working and shit. And motherfuckers was jumping on the scale. They was like, so and so miss weight, got a forfeit 20%. Dude jumped on miss weight, got a forfeit 30%. I'm like, damn, they just don't give a fuck in the MMA. Popping up. Overweight.
I don't know why them dudes fight on a quicker turnaround over there in MMA too sometimes. So yeah, they do penalize them on their purse, but it just seems like they don't care.
Yeah,
because look, this is the way a mixed martial artist look at it, right? A mixed martial artist look like, okay, I get penalized on my purse, but I know I'm gonna get a fight maybe 3 or 4 weeks from now or something like that.
Yeah.
That's their mindset. They know they're gonna be back.
What is it? UFC what tomorrow? Two what?
284, right?
294.
284.
294.
This is since Dana. This is since Dana owned it, and they put on at least 5 a year, and we just talking about the pay-per-views. We're not even talking about the ones they just put on regular ESPN, 3 or 4 of them. So they be, you're right, they do be, and I think and I'm assuming, you know, just like boxing, I would assume that MMA would take longer for your body to heal because you're using more of it. You know what I mean? And for them to turn around, like you said, in 3-4 weeks, man, that's crazy. But they also don't get paid.
They don't have those 8-week. They don't have those, you know, 8-week training camps and stuff like that. Them boys be in quick rotation.
Yeah, buddy.
They go right back into the gym the next day.
But see, with the new shit that's going on, that's what the fighters going. Because you already know, like when you see them fighters picking back up, fighting every week. When Sue see that shit, man, hey man, the fighters gonna have to get in the gear. I just want Tuesday and Friday night fights back. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. I just want that's what business model I'm supporting. Tuesday night fight, Friday night fight. Man. That's what I want.
ESPN
well,
too.
Shakur Stevenson fight Edwin De Los Santos is on a Thursday.
Come on, I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. It's on a Thursday, but in order for us to get the Tuesday and Friday night fights, we need a network, bro.
Yeah, you know, but hey, wishful thinking at this point, right?
Right. I mean, honestly, man, as boxing fans, I don't consider anybody up here on this panel or anybody that's a supporter of WCS in this chat as a casual, man. So you know, like they have fights on Frank Warren's channel, and in the UK. Was it Box Nation? They have fights on Box Nation a lot. You know, a lot of the content creators, a lot of the
What's the other
content
one?
creators.
BTB?
Yeah, BTB. A lot of the content creators, they had a problem with B.L.K.P.R.I.N.E, but B.L.K.P.R.I.N.E, they've been hosting fights out of Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love Puerto Rico.
It's a lot of boxing to watch, and you know, if you might be able to catch a jewel or a diamond in the rough, one of them guys coming up, you know, coming out of the trenches, man. So
correct.
You never know.
I'm gonna fuck around and retire in Puerto Rico for real.
Yeah, you retire over there. Hey, I know where your mind is at.
Nah, my mom don't want me to go, man. She don't, you know. She want me to come
You
back
trying to
home.
open up you trying to open up a church ministry or something over there? Trying to open up a missionary group over that motherfucker? Or what?
You must be one of the passport bros, huh?
Nah, he trying to switch it up. He trying to do something wholesome.
Yeah.
He trying to do something wholesome and positive.
He's trying to get himself a woman, man.
You
Trying
know
to
it,
get himself a
man.
down-home woman right there.
He ain't gonna dive into temptation now. He know what's over in Puerto Rico, man. Come on, man.
Nah,
As soon as he land,
hey, nah,
As soon as he land is over.
but nah,
he can't even leave the airport.
WCS ain't lying, man. Hey, that's the Cap, man. Cap know how I go down overseas, man. Hey, man, we get way more love over there, bro.
Way more love, man.
Way more love, bro.
With less resistance. With less resistance.
When I tell you, when I took a trip out there to Puerto Rico with my girl at the time, it was like 6 years ago, right? Man, when I tell you my eyes was twitching like a motherfucker from trying not to turn my head.
Man.
How old you think you was when you took your girl out there to Puerto Rico? How old were you think?
32.
So you was in your 30s. So you was old enough to know that,
that ain't that bad.
The old cliche term was taking sand to the beach. You knew the shit was out there, Carlos. You knew the shit was out there. You took sand to the beach.
I know.
It
was a gift. It was a gift. She paid for the trip. It was a gift.
So
I had to take the sand to the beach. You understand what I'm saying?
I would have said no, Carlos. I can't do it.
Hey, Love, that mean I know now that you couldn't do shit then.
I could. Listen, brother, I'm telling you, man. How am I in the water and I'm sweating?
Oh,
damn! You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Puerto Rico.
Throat look like I'm swallowing peanut butter the whole time. I'm like,
oh Jesus, man.
Like, I'll be back. Let me go downstairs real quick.
Nigga, get up, say I'm going to get some ice, nigga. By the time you get back, ice melted like a motherfucker.
6 hours later, bag of water.
Hey, did y'all see
where
that?
You been? I got lost. I don't know where I'm at.
Fury sit down.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah.
I saw that shit.
What you think about that fight?
Danny Garcia fought. I just watched the highlights on YouTube. I didn't even know he fought last week or whenever he fought Benavidez and shit.
No,
Danny Garcia already fought Jose Benavidez long time ago.
You know PBC is such a slow moving company that they put out they pay-per-view fights a year after.
I ain't even know, like, how did I miss that fight?
Green, just like they pay their fighters a year after.
For real.
Exactly the year to date.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
so how do you think they got? How you think they got somebody like Canelo then?
Man, that's a weird dynamic, ain't it? That's a weird dynamic that they can be on the scale, and Canelo is the one that's getting the bulk of the freaking financiers. You know, the revenue. Like, how did that work?
You know something that Canelo get when he come over and he do business with the PBC. He get Mexican TV rights and he get all his sponsorships approved.
That's good shit, man.
Probably get a nice chunk of the percentage of the pay-per-views too.
Yeah, so you know that they have a lot to say. You know, a lot of guys who create content on YouTube, they always predicated on proper representation. But it seems like Eddie Reynoso Jr. is doing a hell of a job with his fighters over there.
You know what? I wanted to throw this in the conversation, man. What I noticed, I was watching ESPN and then checking out, Stephen A. I look at Stephen A. being like the checkpoint to like mainstream social media and shit. Not with boxing though, just when it comes to boxing, I think if Stephen A. heard it about boxing, then shit must be bubbling with something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think some good shit happened in 2023, man. I think now, like even the people on ESPN trying to act like they know about boxing and they ain't been watching that shit for years. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's called producer notes.
Right.
Producer notes, bro. Just like they be talking about all them stats on football and basketball. It's producer notes.
Mm-hmm.
But see, you don't have to get producer notes really on boxing. You ain't talking about quarters. You talking about making observation, assessing the fight, and then going on there and talking about little bits and pieces. That's it.
You know what, Cap? You know what made me like think about? I was listening to him. And I was like, man, like back then they would say little shit, but see now I don't think mainstream dealing with the damn fighters. I think they most so understand trying to figure out what the fans want in social media. You know what I'm saying?
You know over there on ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, he got control of the card now. He the flagship guy over there. So from a cultural standpoint, he gonna have to up his boxing his boxing regimen up far as reporting, because Max Kellerman he was the authority on boxing, because he's from the HBO guard. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what, Green? You know what, fam? Like Stephen A., I understand he trying to, jump in it. I'll be like, all right, if you brought somebody like Andre Ward to fuck with you, then I believe. But see, if you want to do this shit by yourself, talking about boxing, I don't believe, bro. Because, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's my 2 cents. I'm just happy.
I mean, that's a solid point, though. Because Andre actually, he got the experience. He has the background, so he's definitely keep Stephen A. honest. Stephen A. pretty much doing what we doing.
I love what
he has a bit more access.
You ain't never lied.
That motherfucker need to put a hat on.
I'm telling you, man. Did you see him fight? I can't trust him with boxing without seeing him do the training.
You trying to tell me you couldn't respect that right uppercut he was throwing? Come on, bro. He brought that shit from his kneecap all the way up to the mitt, bro. Come on, stop it.
You talking about that straight right that straight right body jab uppercut hook that he threw?
Yeah, that nigga was.
You see the body fist? Did you see the footwork though?
It looked terrible, bro.
That shit was horrible, boy. That was horrible.
And he had the baggy sweats on from '97.
And Stephen A. ain't a short nigga either. He kind of tall to have, that lack of coordination, man.
It looked like he had 28-ounce gloves on, man. He had the biggest pair of gloves. You know the old gloves they used to spar with in Mexico. Them big puffy plastic gloves. He had a pair of them on, man.
I think Stephen
the trainer looked disappointed. But he was like, "Man, I'm glad I'm getting paid this money, but fuck it."
I think with him, his coordination is like that because he used to be a freaking journalist for years, and he do a lot of sitting down. So.
Yeah,
he,
for real.
He may not able to be move around. Got that stiff ass freaking, speed and
got that chair back
shit, man.
Well, he say he used to play ball, but man, he scored like 1.2 points per game. The year he was at whatever college he went to. But anyway, man, when it come to them them broadcasters, man, I'd be like, because we all knew him when we was out there getting hurt, man, getting the blood, sweat, and tears of that whole thing, man. We had people who never did the shit comment on us like, motherfucker, like you out there, like nigga, you don't know nothing about it, but I get it, I'm good.
Hey, let me.
I think sometimes he don't even want to do that.
Can I ask the panel a question real quick? So if you did see that sit down with Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, what do you think about Tyson Fury saying he had a 12-week camp to prepare for him, in contrast to an 8-week camp when he was fighting Wilder?
Can I go first? First of all, I want to give a big shout out and commend Francis and Ngannou for moving up weight classes to heavyweight to fight this man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's in Francis Ngannou, nigga. It ain't Francis Ndongo. Ndongo stopped at 147. That nigga get crushed by Tyson. Nigga, I'm just fucking with you, though. You know what I'm just fucking with you. You said Francis Ndongo and shit.
I was gonna call him Francisco.
Francisco. That would have fucked it up even more, but hey, who cares, dog? You say you wanted to ask about him taking what to fight?
No, Fury, the guy that was interviewing him, Fury said he had a 12-week camp to prepare for him in regards to in contrast to just having a regular 8-week camp to fight Wilder, because he said he had to be sure that he was on top of his game to fight him, because he's not a boxer, so he's basically preparing for the unknown.
The unknown. I mean, Francis coming there already restricted off skills that he used on a regularity during a 5-minute round. He can't throw any kicks. He can't clinch like that and throw, any punches or strikes except from the end of his glove. That's it. He can't use any elbows. He can't go for any submissions, takedowns. Why does Tyson have to prepare so much for a guy who's disarmed? This nigga's disarmed, man. He got
that man is going to end up like Apollo versus Drago.
He's going to come out strong. That's it. He's going to come out strong now.
And that was, and you know what was something who I was listening to. I don't know if it was Paulie from Pro Box. I don't know if it was Paulie or I can't remember. I think it was Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley was like he gonna look strong the first couple rounds, and then Tyson gonna take over that thing, because it ain't like that circle square a whole nother thing, man.
I think Tyson gonna carry him too, just for the show of it, the pay-per-view. He's gonna do the same shit that Floyd did, carry him, and then get him up out of there around the 8th or 9th. I'm looking at the fight though. I'm definitely gonna look at it.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's actually a scuffle, man. I hope it's not a situation where they in there just carrying one another or whatever the case may be. Because I'm gonna be honest. I do think, because when I first heard it, I thought Tyson Fury, he might just be capping just to, boast about him just to big up the fight. But in the same sense, I had to think about it too. Like, he fought Deontay Wilder twice, and even though he won, he won the second one and the third one. He went down a couple times, man. And Deontay Wilder, man. Getting hit with that right hand, man, that ain't, that got lasting effects, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree.
And they say with generated force, they said the guy that he's fighting, his punch might be the strongest on earth. So
yeah, they say he had more punching power than Deontay Wilder. So I'm just saying, like, okay, so you're used to hitting with 4-ounce gloves on. You put Deontay Wilder 4-ounce gloves on, and he might damn catch a body,
Yeah.
So
this motherfucker
it is what it is, bro. Let me see how them gloves feel after 4 or 5 rounds.
What's up with this Floyd and Mikey Garcia? Is that true?
I saw ES News in the gym with Robert Garcia, and he was like, "Hey, Mikey, you fighting Floyd?" No. I'm retired. That's what Mikey kept saying. You sure? I heard you was fighting Floyd. No, I'm retired.
I think that's the one where he was sitting in the car.
Though. No, he was in the gym. He was in the gym talking to him.
Oh, he was in the gym? Okay.
Like, that's what boxing is. They'll sit up there and say, I'm retired to keep it on the wraps. And then the shit jump off. Don't they supposed to go down in December? Because he slid in there for a date, right? What's the date he slid in there? He's gonna go head up with the UFC or something, right? Yeah, December 9th.
The same day Regis and Haney fight.
Did y'all see the aftermath of Regis and Haney in the back, man? They was having a good old time, boy.
And my boy Bill Haney was up there looking like Morpheus from the goddamn Matrix.
Yeah,
That
man.
We need to
black
find them for them
damn
damn
glasses.
teeth they look.
Bill Haney up there looking like Morpheus, man. Yeah. Bill Haney a funny dude. He an entertaining dude, man.
I mean, they
He
be
looked like
having a good old time. Regis was back there having a
Yeah.
good time. Bill
he was
talking
sitting up
shit.
there. Bill Haney was sitting up there looking like Lawrence Fishburne in Higher Learning.
Man,
Mr.
yeah,
Williams.
Mhm.
Mr. Williams.
he was though.
Same dude.
Yo, but
That's the crazy part.
but shout out, like you say, shout out to Higher Learning, because like, you know what's funny, like if you're a young cat, right, and you know, like if you're a young cat supposed to fight another young cat, man, and his daddy come around, right? Everybody been in that situation. I think like when you got beef with a young dude, then all of a sudden the daddy show up. Like Bill remind me of that daddy who be talking slick shit to get you to agree to some shit that you didn't want to agree with his son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to beat your son ass, but since you said it like you said it, I don't even know, you know, because my dad ain't around, so I don't even know what you telling me to agree to is a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, Bill fuck around and show up and fuck up the whole fighter approach.
He a street dude, man.
Yeah, you know, he come off like, you know, like it's our family, but then when it come down to it, when you in the heat of the moment, you see Bill just another motherfucker like everybody else. Bill trying to win. And that just, you know, like how he was even talking to Regis, like the you know, Bill will compliment you and insult you right after the compliment.
Yeah, for sure. You know that slick street shit, you know what I'm saying?
I respect it though, but if you don't know, then you don't know, and that should have fucked you up, because Bill ain't welcome you in his house for you to have an advantage over his son. If he welcome you in and you supposed to deal with his son, nigga, that's shit to your advantage. You just don't know what it is.
But how old is Devin now?
I think 24.
Yeah, 24.
I mean, come on, he a grown ass man, bro.
Oh, they'll know what he doing with it, Dad.
He a grown ass man. Well, who y'all think? What's y'all take on that fight? I don't want to hear no predictions or anything, but you know, y'all looking at Regis, y'all looking at Devin. I mean, Devin look, you know, Regis came out of his mouth and said he was surprised how big Devin was.
I mean, honestly, I just want to see what his performance is at 140. If the deterioration he had in the second half of that Lomachenko fight, was it due to the weight cut? Him outgrowing the 135 division? I just want to see how he performed at 140.
That's what I mean.
I think he might. I think Devin. I mean, I'm hoping Devin sit in there and bang with him. You know what I mean, and try to actually hurt him and put him and get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? If Devin gonna come up to 40, I feel like he need a dramatic performance. He needs something that's gonna send a serious message and make a mean statement. So
who Devin?
I don't see Regis. I don't see Regis winning. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, you know how you feel about that shit.
I don't see Regis winning, right? But I don't see Devin having another jab fest. That's a boring ass fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, you need to. It's time now. Like, sit in there. You just seen this motherfucker get dropped by Zorilla. Sit in there with this motherfucker and get to work. Bang out. You know what I mean? Put it on him. Cause you could do it. You know what I mean? You could do it. I mean, so
I hope to God it's not another Australian, jab fest over there.
See that shit. Nah. Don't nobody, especially after seeing Richardson Hitchens damn near do the same thing with Zepeda.
Same thing, dog. God damn, that shit
get another John Bowser performance, and he went in here and gave us something. I damn near, I don't remember. I might have fell asleep or cut the fight off.
Oh my God!
But I wasn't as locked in. You know what I mean? So
we're gonna bookmark that, because I think that's exactly how this fight might be. I think it might be a Richardson Hitchens show, bro. Yeah. If Devin really get off on his jab and active early, oh my God.
But y'all heard Devin talking that shit though. Like, he was talking like, he said, "I'm gonna fuck him up. Like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him." Like, so you talking like that, buddy. I want
to see Devin Haney. I want to see the Devin Haney that knocked Moran. I want to see overhands. I want to see up and unders. Like
I mean, that's when he injured his shoulder, didn't he? I mean,
it was.
He brought that bitch back from his butt cheek all the way to you know, to land that motherfucker, dog. That's why he hurt his damn shoulder.
He said he brought
He did pull that motherfucker.
Look at the replay. I ain't lying. Look at the replay.
He pulled that motherfucker back from the what he was swinging. He swung with his right. That motherfucker pulled that motherfucker from the left side of his back. And
that nigga wiped his ass with that shot. That nigga pulled that shot, wiped his ass, and hit the motherfucker with it.
That nigga flung that motherfucker like he had a tail or something.
He was surprised. He was surprised when the motherfucker went out. Dog. I mean, come on, it was one of them swings, bro.
That was one of the most ugliest punches Devin ever threw in his career, man. I ain't gonna lie. That shit landed too.
Regis looked like Chico from Friday, like the pit bull.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what Regis looked like. He looked like Chico. I was trying to figure out what he looked like. He did sit there, look like a pit bull terrier and shit. He definitely looked like a rescue dog, like a therapy dog.
Damn.
That's what Regis looked like. He's sitting there quiet. You see how quiet he was while his trainer was. That's how the therapy dogs be. They just be sitting there.
Speaking of his trainer being there, since you say that, I think that that's gonna be one of his excuses if he lose. Depending on how bad he lose, he's gonna say he ain't have his coach.
Where's his coach at?
With him.
Where's
they say his coach with it is with O'Shaquie Foster, getting him ready for Rocky Hernandez. That's what I heard. So I'm saying when he lose, he gonna be like, yeah, my trainer was with O'Shaquie Foster, getting him ready for his fight. So
I mean, he's not gonna be there on fight night though.
I mean, he might, but I'm saying you ain't got him there through these. You ain't have him there all the time through your training camp. So
he didn't put a Diddy James over there.
Hey man, y'all know what's about
he doing the Diddy.
Yeah, he did a Diddy James over there.
I think you know what's funny, man. When I was watching the presser, man, and I seen, we all been young bucks at one time. That's how I know. I mean, just you what they say the rules don't change, just to play in the game, dude. That's it. And the thing is, I seen Regis kind of leaning back, and I know old niggas like that. You know, just we all do. That's the thing. No matter how old we are, we had an older cat who was looking at us like, we young. And I looked at, in the way Dev coming up, he ain't worried about that shit. And I seen Regis trying to fall back from it, but I'm like, man, do you remember being 24 with a full belly, nigga? Like, you better pep your ass up for this young nigga right here, man. Because Dev ain't coming to play with you, bro.
Nah.
Like,
he gonna box his head off, man.
That's what I think.
And
I watched Regis fight against they say it's I think what was his hardest opponent? What was it, like Zapata? Nah, was it Zapata? It was some shit. I watched his fight where it was his hardest time, and what I noticed, Regis he lose gas, man. And
you didn't see that video, man? Sitting in the bathtub trying to make weight. He been on through 140.
Yeah, he just too small for 47. You know what I'm saying? So
but he just gotta beat Devin up. You better go and watch some Jeff Horn, Manny Pacquiao footage, so he know how to handle that dude. You gotta if we just got a chance at beating Dev, he got to go in there and do some old Detroit / Philly dirty boxing shit. Other than that, he's not an athlete.
And you know what, man? It's hard to bank on
working fast enough.
Yeah, it's hard to bank on fighters where when they get tired, they're banking on the knockout punch. See, Devin will take your ass 12. And that's the only thing with Regis, man. I think Dev is a young man growing up into weight. And I think Regis acting like, I know he the man, he the man at 140, but at the same time, when you get tired, them haymakers don't work with Dev. Nigga, you gonna have to still box, bro.
Wait till Dev get like 28, 29. He gonna be ready for 147. If not even earlier, because he a big bone dude, man. He ain't gonna be at 140 too long. I give him like maybe 2 years at 140, and then he looking to move up to 147. So at the end of the day, that's a young dude that's still growing, drinking milk. Man, I just wanted to touch on one other thing where some people feel that he need to chill. He needs to like say something to his pops. They come from a Muslim background, and you ain't about to tell your Abu, no, you gotta chill and all of that type of stuff. That's not gonna rock.
I get what you're saying. Like, and Dev is about this, and that's the thing. I'm not the hugest Dev fan. Like, I'm not. But what I always wanted him to do was separate from his daddy just a little bit. And
being Muslim is not gonna happen.
But no, what I was saying.
Yeah.
No, I feel you, fam. And what I was saying was like, now that he didn't separate it from his daddy a little bit, because your daddy is the strongest thing you can have if your daddy's solid in your life, right? So I love that they'll keep hold to a daddy, because hey man, all of us don't get one. And the thing is, I like that his daddy is experiencing just the marketing of boxing. So I get why they'll stay around the daddy like that. So now it's like, but what I am concerned about is how Loma exposed Dev to that southpaw stance for the world to see. That's what now. If Regis smart, he better look at how Loma was able to catch it, because ain't nobody been that close to beating Dev other than Loma, in my opinion. Not like that.
Yeah, I'm a huge Devin fan, and when I looked at it, I kind of seen that he was getting popped like that out of fatigue, because he didn't belong at 135 that long. Like that had to be his last fight, and regardless of him trying to stick around one more time for Shakur or
amen to that. I feel on that. Yeah, because he looked sick. I didn't like it.
I was just like, listen, Ev, I'm a huge fan of yours, but I do not have faith in that right there, bro. I'm gonna be a fan first and say Shakur is gonna dog walk your shit once you get past the 7th round if he come in there active at 135. And if Tank stay pressuring you at 135, he can clearly knock you out 8th, 9th, maybe 10th round, because that's when that shit shows like that in those later rounds when it's hard for you to keep the fluids in your body and shit like that. And off a 30-second rest or whatever, that ain't enough time to recover and put the kind of fluid in there where you can possibly get a second win. So with that being said, I think that was Loma's game plan to begin with, but it's just a perception of how when Dev would go to those body shots, Loma would do that weird hop back that made it seem like he was hitting him a lot harder in the body than he probably was. You feel
that body shot he made Loma reset, because Lomachenko fight later in Lomachenko's career, from my perspective, he fights in spurts. You know what I mean? So what Devin was doing, if you seen early on in the fight, he was able to shell up and turn into Loma, to where Loma can get that angle and just explode on him. You feel like kind of like how Manny Pacquiao used to do fighters. If Manny got that angle, he'll overwhelm you with punches.
Yeah, he'll shift around the outside and then lunge in and piece you up and then get the fuck up out of there.
Like literally just overwhelm you with a flurry of punches.
I mean, there was smart. The only reason why he won that fight was because of body work.
Yeah,
the 12th round sealed. If you watch the fight, the 12th round sealed it for him. Like just like you said, that body work. Like he sat down on his punches and threw a lot of shots to the body that 12th round. If he hadn't got that 12th round, they could have gave it to Loma, or it probably would be a draw. Because he did fade out the second half of that fight, and I think it's because it takes too much out of him to make 135. He looked like he walking around at 170.
Yeah, because
I agree with that.
When he was with Demetrius Andrade, and Demetrius Andrade saw them niggas, he was like, "Damn, what is y'all like 180?" You feel
that snack? Give it up the snack.
You know?
I had a snack shirt on today in this motherfucker, for real. I didn't even know what it meant when I first bought it. But now
you don't gotta have a snack shirt on to support Victor Conte. If you go get some ZMA, he created that supplement. You can go find it at any pharmaceutical or health store.
Hey, you know what's funny? If WS put out a burgundy shirt with that logo right on the front or the side, man, I'll rock that motherfucker out here, man. Like, hey, I'm all about, like, I don't buy mainstream like brands, man. I love motherfuckers who doing shit with their brand. So that's what I want to support. So Nah, I do the same thing with WCS, man. For real. I mean, like Snack ain't nothing but a brand. That's how I look at it. It's a business thing that's associated with boxing. So I'm always gonna give it an umbrella of approval just because it fuck with boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't fucking with boxing, man. You look at like Dolce Gabbana. Only person that get in Dolce Gabbana is motherfucking Canelo. But outside, but think about it, they should be.
One Tank wearing some Dolce at the presser with Ryan,
but they don't want to fuck with Tank. You know that.
One that with the purple jacket, the purple fur coat, and all the other shit he
the shad coat he had.
He had the Dolce fingernail polish on.
No. Hey, boxing coming in, man. Hey, man.
Yeah, the purple purse too.
Shit.
Yeah. Hey, Charlo sponsored by Balenciaga, I think.
Come on, man. I mean, like you gotta think, like what they say, the marketing prize is when all the dudes want to be like you and all the ladies love you. And every marketing plan, every marketing brand want a cat like that. So, like with Tank, and then what it come down to if you just gonna act right. And see, Tank, he got the Allen Iverson approach, man. And you know, and that's cool. But you know, the thing is to get better. And Tank, like nigga resume looking real lackluster right now to be talking about you the man, in my opinion. And I would tell that nigga to his face, and I don't even know him, but I'd be like, yo, if you want to be respected around dogs, bro, round dogs, it ain't matter about the casuals, brown dogs though. Like we military cap, no, we dogs. Like if you grew up in with you know what your mama ain't putting in, you know, just your mama can't make ends meet. You got to be the man in the house for a little bit. You a dog, you know. It's just that dog kind of feeling. If Tank want to take that role of being a dog, you got to be like Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, because Terrence Crawford a dog, and he the man. Shit, that's who you want to be like. That's the face of boxing to me.
He's also a people's champ.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how Muhammad Ali was. That's how Roy was.
This is what I was saying the other day. We was talking about, well, not the other day. I believe it was just yesterday, talking about the whole Showtime shit and how people were saying some people feel it's the fighter's fault, it's the promoter's fault. It's because the sport ain't got no regulation and it just has a broken business model. When you can, like in my era, I've seen many eras in boxing, and at the end of the day, you had dudes like Muhammad Ali, and you even had a young Floyd Mayweather who would be on the sidelines at an NBA championship game, giving a pound to the winning team or his favorite team, and when he was in the off season, he's almost at every game. You'd also had Ali, you know, doing his exhibitions with the old lady, the little kid, and shit like that, and taking an L in those. So, you know, when you can give the fan, all right, your social media presence, but you could also give them, you know, a real life presence by showing up to somebody's event and you support the cause or whatever, or you just learning about the cause and you support the cause. That's what really, really builds your social media presence, because now you'll have not only just the casual fan and the diehard fan that supports you, but then you'll have other, you know, officials and government officials that support you, and that's just huge.
Not to push back on what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying, but in my opinion, Floyd and Ali are anomalies. They had the golden mouthpiece. Technically they didn't have.
I gotta put. Hold on. I gotta say this. Hold on. I gotta put it back. Hold on. Look, okay. This why Muhammad Ali my favorite, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like we all love what we do. You know, no matter boxing, if it's drawing, if it's music, if it's military, if it's like bagging motherfucking groceries at Walmart. I don't give a fuck who it is. Everybody got their time. And when life throw a curveball to your way of living, you either gonna back down or you gonna step up. Muhammad Ali loved boxing. Period. That nigga didn't give a fuck about politics before he started boxing. That motherfucker worried about his daddy and his mama and everything that we was worried about normal in a normal neighborhood because wasn't shit popping off. when shit came to Muhammad Ali's door, when he was at his greatest moment in life, that motherfucker decided to be a part of the people and still come back and whoop some ass, even though he wasn't half the man that he was when he was in his prime, because the evil shit that was coming at him, they knew they couldn't beat the motherfucker at his best. That's why Muhammad Ali, for me, is the greatest of all time, because no other fighter can say they've been in those kind of situations and would have reacted like Muhammad Ali. And if you say that you would have, it's just a mystery, because Muhammad Ali already did it. That means the shit already done. So you know what I'm saying?
I was coming just in the sense of just in the ring and selling your brand.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? I wrote. Listen, my graduation report essay was on Muhammad Ali, on what his humanitarian work. I know everything about him. So trust me, he was the people's champ for real. But what I'm saying is, I was going off of what he was talking about, the social media and all that, just building your brand. You also have to be able to talk. And what else did Ali knew how to do when it came to promoting the fight? He knew how to sell.
Yeah, for real.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I was gonna say. When you look at Bud Crawford right now, he's coming into that. He's always been that for those who've known him and seen interviews. He just been like a short, keep it simple type of dude. I'm gonna give you one artist, right? That's similar on the same pathway. That's similar, and it'll be hard to say there was another artist that was bigger than him. Michael Jackson, second one, I'll say Prince. Neither one of them would sit there and be super articulate and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? But it was just the body of their work and their presence that allowed you to be like, oh my God, you just felt something different about them. You can sort of, and arguably, some people may disagree, but you can sort of say that's the type of presence that Terrence Crawford may have when he enters a room. I don't need to be the best speaker. It's just the body of my work. If you know who if you follow this thing of mine, the body of my work and just my sheer presence in here, how I carry myself, lets you feel like there's something extremely special about me. Like I'm different than everybody else. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, charismatic, being a charismatic personality will take you from
absolutely.
But then there's also that thing of presence. Do you have the ability of presence? And sometimes presence can outshine even the most charismatic.
Absolutely.
Right. Manny Pacquiao.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Ali and Floyd, they had, they had two, they in origin to a certain extent, like they got a lot of similarities. Ali took a political stance, and
I don't put Floyd nowhere near Ali.
He was, and it took some prime years off his life. So he made a big sacrifice. Floyd had the Floyd was kind of like a child prodigy. You feel what I'm saying? But AC, me and you didn't talk on this topic before. Like I would have to say like the golden child, like it had to fall on Sugar Ray Leonard, man. Like Sugar Ray Leonard was that dude, man.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like he was coming out of the Olympics with gold medals. He was the first dude to make $100 million in boxing. His style, his presence, the way he fought, like he was flashy, he was arrogant. He moved around, he moved gracefully. You feel what I'm saying? He talked, he had to look. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was Sugar Ray Leonard, because he didn't like Sugar Ray, man. Like he was a hell of a dude, man.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, he had Sugar Ray is like when Sugar Ray came into the arrogance and a lot of that other shit. Some people would probably say, towards the latter end of his career and things like that. But, I never saw it like that, because I just saw it as just confidence. There's a difference between cockiness and confidence. And when you have confidence, a lot of weaker people will say you're arrogant.
You're WCS.
So at the end of the day, when I look at when I compare the two I would say Bud moves a lot like Sugar Ray Leonard. You feel what I'm saying? He says what he needs to say, but it's my presence. If you know what it is, and I can give you a look that'll shut the whole fucking room down if you come at me sideways. So at the end of the day, man, it's I just have a ton of respect for him, and I'm a super huge fan of Bud Crawford, and I respect how he's moving in this game and shit like that. But I don't know. Did y'all cook on the Showtime thing already or no?
What? Hey, AC, what you were saying? What'd you say?
No, I just asked a question. Did y'all cook on the Showtime thing already? Did anybody talk shit about that?
Oh, that's WCA.
I mean, what's the cook on though? It's like boil hot dog water right now. What the cook on?
No, I was just like I'm always
give us your thoughts on that.
I'm just always a person with solutions based on the nature of what I do to make my money, period, as a consultant chef. But
what's the solution to Showtime? Do you even care?
No.
Why is it in the state it is? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's great for boxing because, just like the fight Dr. Freddie Pacheco used to always say in the past, what will become of boxing, after the Floyd Mayweather era? And hindsight is always 20/20, and we're seeing it. The pay-per-view business model that everyone's trying to buy into or accept or adopt is a broken business model. And that's just the way I feel. It just adds to the corruption of boxing, because now everyone can turn a blind eye to the fuckery of it, just based on the fact of how much money they can make.
Yeah, Floyd and Al Heyman, man, that they did them guys wrong over there, man. They pumped them guys out as long as they could, man. Now the ship and sailed, man. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When Floyd went over there, he headlined at that WrestleMania over there. They I think they kind of got their business model from how Vince McMahon was moving with the WWE, like far as the pay-per-view. Far as like being on pay-per-view, like once he seen that pay-per-view money, how much money they was bringing in, the next course of action for him and Al Heyman was we need to get on the network, and we need to be the flagship guys over there. It need to be us, nobody else, and keep all the money in house. But boxing it's not publicly traded, so you got to get money from a network to fund what you're doing, and they didn't exhausted their resources, man.
No, that was a point that I was talking with my missus about earlier, and this is why I feel, boxing needs to go the route of the NBA, the NFL, and just regular TV type sports. Just like I was saying on the panel yesterday, when you look at the Super Bowl, how much money the Super Bowl generates one game, one night. There's a lot of money that goes in, but the amount of sponsorships that come in, just to get a commercial during the Super Bowl is what, millions and millions of dollars, and we're not talking like a little bullshit, $3 to $5 million. You're talking 10, 20, $30 million. So I also made the point of just looking at the contracts of what sports players get, like you look at Ken Griffey Jr., $100+ million contract for 3 to 5 years of work and shit like that. And granted that each one has a season, right? I feel boxing can happen globally, and it can happen every month. And if you want to do pay-per-views, the pay-per-views come into the tournament aspect of it, to whereas, you have a tournament for one belt or two belts or whatever, whoever wins gets $30 million, and then you're unified champion and shit like that. And that could be over a 3-day tournament. And, you charge $60 for it, basically $20 a day. You still gonna get your bread based on the fighters that are involved in it, or even not. It's just the tournament aspect of it. All that money's on the line, and 2 belts. Boom. That just solidifies everything. When you shop, if you take someone and I'm just saying this as whatever. Take someone like a Bernard Hopkins, and Bernard Hopkins, you put him as the chairman of this particular sports entity or sports organization based on his background of, you know, knowing the ins and outs of boxing, knowing that he's a former fighter, knowing that he
Wait, you mentioned B-Hop. Did y'all hear B-Hop interview when they asked him what he thought about Showtime going out of boxing? And that
I
nigga
didn't
talking
see
about it was on Fight Hub. He did an interview with Fight Hub Marcos. That motherfucker said, I don't know, man. I think he might have been tweaking. I don't know if he was doing cocaine with Oscar or what, but he was on some other shit. That nigga was talking about the New World Order and all kind of shit. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. Man, he was tripping, G. Then later on, he did another interview. He did another interview, and that nigga said, I put Tank Davis above Terrence Crawford, pound for pound, for his win over Ryan Garcia and how he beat Ryan Garcia. But Terrence's performance against Spence is not to be overlooked. This shit, y'all didn't see that shit.
Nah, I'm gonna go check.
I didn't see that shit, bro.
I ain't gonna. Hey, Blunts, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been feeling the Philly card none lately. I ain't nobody from Philly. I ain't been feeling nothing they been saying. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
I'm gonna
keep it a bean. I ain't been feeling the Philly card at all right now.
Yo.
I'm gonna land the plane real fast, but I was just saying that, you know, somebody like him, you know, that has it and been part of the Ali, the construction and the implementation or whatever of the Ali Act, you know, that's the overseeing thing. You take it to a real network where these real networks are publicly traded companies and they have all these federal agencies that overlook it and overlook the money. Now you're automatically wiping out the fuckery of the money part, where a person like Al Heyman can't say, I'm just an advisor, but you're moving more like a promoter and other things like that. So
let me ask you this, AC, like the collateral, or you know, the networks you're talking about, as long as boxing's been in existence, why haven't those networks been able to gain entry? You know, is it because they reach isn't as far as the Showtimes, the Fox, ESPNs?
No, their reach is far much further, because what I say their reach is much further, but it's when you're trying to get a company to move properly and the company has dreams of money.
Come on, man.
How much money can I actually make? Then it doesn't matter your reach or the real numbers. They're only concerned with how much money can I keep. I don't want to give half this up for you because this is what I can keep. So when you look at it like that, this is why, you know, ABC and some other networks have completely left boxing alone. But if you bring it back in with saying, okay, we're willing to work within the scope of what you're willing to do. We have an organization now behind us that has $1 billion backers and things like that, to whereas we can offer these fighters, you know, $100 million contract, a $50 million contract, whatever type of contract to fight, and then put them on a schedule so they can be seen every week. You give the fighters the ability to become a Rock, a Triple H, a Andre the Giant. You feel what I'm saying? A Ken Griffey Jr. You know what I'm saying? So
the thing with that though, AC, like okay, let me give you an example real quick. Tyson Fury, for instance. Tyson Fury, he has two promoters. He's co-promoted by Queensberry, Frank Warren, and then Bob Arum. So it's a duo that he has working in his regards. The thing is, the PBC, they don't want to deal with any outside entities.
Yeah, so
their business model is flawed because look at it like this. They three flagship guys on the PBC was Deontay Wilder, Gervonta Davis, and Errol Spence. Now Deontay Wilder, due to him suffering those two losses to Tyson Fury, is kind of diminished his market value. Tank, Tank is a guy that's got issues outside of boxing, and some of the charges are in regards to things that have to do with females. So
Yeah.
from a cultural standpoint, he's marketable, but to the suits and ties and stuff,
He's
especially
not.
like
They don't
Paramount,
want
because
to just like
Paramount
him
deals.
with Poe.
I believe Paramount is a part of CBS or something like that. They deal with college sports and stuff like that. So even if they wanted to do something like prime time, like that would be hard for them to attach themselves to. And then you got Errol Spence. We already know the ups and downs of Errol Spence's life. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. So
you feel what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying
It's
is,
duly noted. So it from a prime time perspective, it would be hard for those type of companies and the flagship standard that they already have set for their business model to stand with those guys on a prime time
but
on a prime time
understand the
situation.
bigger picture of what I'm saying. You're breaking that model. You're breaking all of their business model with the simple fact that you are now forced to stay in your lane as a promoter. You give the ability back to the fighter, because now there's the other entities above. You can be promoted. You can still be promoted by Frank Warren and Bob Arum. We're not taking that away from you. But what we are saying is that what we are saying is their fees are now justified because we have to talk with the FCC and other fiduciary agencies, federal agencies that overlook the money of how things are connected to this network, and this network has its connection to this overseeing organization. So you're cleaning up the sport by breaking each one of their models. And the fighters will all be willing to do it, because now where some of these fucking fees come from, you got to justify them. And if you can't justify them, it doesn't work. Just like a professional football player, baseball player, or basketball player, you pop dirty once, you're gone. It ain't they don't give you the opportunity to pop dirty and then 6 months later you just disappear, and somehow or another you're on an undercard fight. You feel what I'm saying? In the same place that just banned you. You feel
All right.
what I'm saying? So
Hey,
at
coach.
the
Hey, see, I'm gonna get coach. Hey, coach in here. Is that you,
Salute,
coach?
Salute. Go ahead. Let him get in. That plane is landing.
Salute, coach.
Coach, you there? Or are you not?
No, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You can go ahead and chime in if you want, man. I know you was sitting back there.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah, I ain't gonna stay long, man. I just just checking out the. I just pulled up, just checking out what y'all was talking about. You know what I mean? So everybody got different ideas. We'll just see how it playing out. I'm wondering why they won't why Floyd Mayweather, since he say him and his one, when you see Al, you see him, and if you're dealing with Al, you're dealing with him, and this and that, and he's saying he's a billionaire and he got all this money and he got skyscrapers in New York and flying private jets and stuff. I wonder why they won't put their own money up. Put their own money up. You can use the networks to show your fighters, but finance your own fights. Put your own money up since y'all got all this money. That's the question. That's the question I want. That's the question I want us to do.
Oh boy,
Nah, that's real shit. I think because
that's
then
a
Floyd
tall
just
order
buy an
right there.
airport or something like that. That nigga just bought a whole airline. That nigga got his own airport or something.
I think the deal with Florida, he just don't never want to take that loss. I think everything with Florida is something to benefit him and get him financial gain.
Absolutely, man.
By all means necessary.
I mean,
they ain't trying to help out boxing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Floyd learned a lot. Everybody might think Floyd done. Floyd ain't done by a long shot. He was around Bob Arum, and then like I said, he went over there and he seen how they operate over there in the WWE. Floyd ain't done by a long shot. He ain't gonna put his money up.
Well, you know what? Something
but
like,
what
but
I'm saying,
I not. Oh, go ahead, coach. No, go ahead.
but what I'm saying is, if what was being reported from the Dan Raphaels and the Michael Bensons and stuff, that all of these events and pay-per-views and stuff that the PBC were doing were so successful. Well, Booger Ray Leonard, they were so successful, and we're doing these massive numbers. There's no way they're gonna lose because they ain't been losing according to the propaganda that's being pushed out there for years. So surely
True.
you're not going to lose because you wasn't losing when you was with Showtime. Y'all was setting the bar, breaking all these records. So surely, you know, if you put your money out there, instead of using white folks' money, you will be able to make that money back with a profit because you always did good.
Because you already know, though. You already know. You already know. Hey, I mean, and that's the thing that I love. You know, I love wisdom, and now that I've grown old enough to have wisdom, like we understand the game from like a business perspective mixed with entertainment and shit. A lot of and it take time to get that shit right. I ain't gonna lie though, like them motherfuckers don't care about boxing. Like it's too much money. Like Floyd, okay, put it like this: Floyd is probably the best representative we got at the table in boxing when it comes to those suits at the top. Them motherfuckers don't care. Floyd probably the only motherfucker that probably do care. I mean, when you talking about the higher ups, so you know what I'm saying? Like,
the only thing I actually seen Floyd care about when he talk about the saturation of belts in boxing.
Come on,
I never really seen him talk about the business aspect, like to really reach back and try to help the sport.
Come on, man.
I don't see that, man. He complained about the belts saturating the sport. I haven't really seen him try to come up with a model to change it up, to put his own money in there. I haven't seen the shit.
I mean, the hypocrisy with that, though, is you talking about a guy who said that the belts are saturating the sport, but this guy had a bunch of belts himself. Definitely WBC belts. He had how many WBC belts? They was making belts for Floyd, different kind of belts for Floyd, left and right, diamond belts and stuff. You know, there's pictures of Floyd standing in front of a probably like maybe 25 belts.
Yeah.
I think most of them were WBC belts.
On his bed and shit like that. Or
most
on
of them were WBC belts. Had like 18 WBC belts, different versions of them. So yeah, you know, I mean,
he'd have been a beneficiary of a bad business.
Floyd is. All I'm saying is, of course, I'm being
not
facetious,
bad business, but
if these guys are doing as great as they said they was, they could put their own money up. Period. That's all I'm saying. So if you don't put your money up, then apparently you wasn't doing it. The shit was a damn Ponzi scheme, 3-card Marley, Ponzi scheme. You know, these guys wasn't doing what they said they was doing. That's my entire point. And the people who you going to for their money, the white folks you going to them, and them white folks know that. If you want my money, you're gonna have to abide by my rules.
I wonder whether they was just doing good off somebody else's money.
Yeah,
so,
that's somebody else's money.
People say all the time that the reason why Al Haymon was doing good because he can overpay the fighters. That means he was getting a larger percent of the pie each time he did overpay the fighters.
Yeah, exactly, because he's negotiating against himself. You know, you got a PBC fighter.
You there?
Yeah, man. You got a PBC fighter, and you the owner of the PBC, and then you advising your PBC fighter to fight another PBC fighter. Then you know, of course, and then you using other people's money, but then now the people money who you using, they losing money. So now they got to drop you they got to drop you from their network because we see you making money, but we ain't making no money. So now this is what 11 networks this guy been through so far. So I mean, it is what it is.
But you
now,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying that now you're looking at other, from what Dan Raphael said, if you believe him, and he's like part of the right-hand media guy for the PBC, de facto, so to speak. And then if you listen to what Dan Raphael and Chris Mannix said, if that's the truth, then apparently those guys ain't really, some people ain't breaking their neck to try to give you all this money that you've been getting in the past that everybody lost money on, and you still ain't paid Waddell and Reed, who got bought up by Macquarie out in Australia. So no, what I've been hearing is it is what it is. But that's all I gotta say. Fall back.
Hey, coach, to piggyback off what you're saying is like they saying they supposedly did so well, right? Either you said they could either fund themselves, or if they were doing so well, it would have been a bidding war by now with all the networks.
Yeah, they making no sense.
The PBC for the longest they have refused to do cross promotional fights. Now when they knew the end was near, because they been knew the end was near. That's how we got an N.Y and Fulton fight. That's how we got you know, we got the last Fury and Wilder fight. You feel what I'm saying? Like that they already knew the end was near. The last nail to put in the coffin was Crawford and Spence, and that's because Spence forced that fight, because if it was up to his handlers, they wasn't gonna have him fight Crawford.
They would have stretched it out even longer.
Because Spence was the last flagship that they had that they could go and sell to the networks and be like, okay, like we got a guy here, he's got three of the 4 belts. You feel what I'm saying? He's the longest unified welterweight champion. So,
yeah, like I watched funny shit. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Green.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. After that, and then you got to take in the factor, like when you competing against platforms that got that subscriber base. Okay, so we got Showtime. They live by the pay-per-view model, so they doing what, 5 or 6 pay-per-views a year. Okay, that's cool. That's stretched out over a 12-month span. But we got platforms that subscriber base, and we got 1 million plus subscribers, and they paying us $10, $15, $20 depending on whatever subscription that they bought. We getting this monthly. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta look at the numbers and say, okay, we rather have the subscribers. We looking for longevity rather than just having the impact for, whatever build up it is for the fight and then the actual fight. And then, like I said, if you being realistic, you got to look at the the piracy, and not even the piracy just from a pay-per-view standpoint. The whole damn cable system has been mimicked and copied. So
yeah. And like that's I'm gonna piggyback off that last comment you made. I found it funny that people were like, Al Heyman or the PBC is gonna go to Amazon, and I'm like, okay, do y'all really know what Amazon sells? They are the biggest sellers of Fire Sticks. You can get a 3-pack Fire Stick with the fucking remote, with the Fire Stick remote and shit like that. So
I got mine.
So yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm sitting there laughing like, okay, the company that's making millions of fucking dollars off of selling every kind of Fire Stick and Fire Stick remote you can fucking think of. You feel what I'm saying? Who's basically cornering the market on Fire Stick sales, is going to pick up a company that their business model is broken. And if like Coach just was saying, if you were so successful, then Paramount wouldn't have dropped you. Showtime wouldn't have dropped you. That's just the factor of business. You feel what I'm saying? That's like Porsche saying, we make this new 911 Turbo, and it's doing so well. We just stopped making it, and everybody wants it. Yeah, there's a certain reason to that, to say now you made this car, you only were producing 500 of them. Now these cars are classic, and you'll have one of the most classic cars with the name of Porsche attached to it, that will have a market value as time keeps going on of double, tripling, and quadrupling its actual value. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. But if I'm a subscription-based business model, like Showtime and everything, and I have this business that's giving me five pay-per-view fights out of a 12-month year. When you really look at the numbers, that's not good, because that's less than 50%.
Could this be the death of PBC?
50%.
Well, that's how they going. But no, go ahead, Carlos. My man. Go ahead.
Just a quick question: Could this possibly be the death of PBC? Just
I
curious.
would hope so.
Because Leonard Ellerby said this next move about to make everybody sick.
Yeah, and I'm like, Leonard.
So they ain't going nowhere, man. I wouldn't be surprised. I want to see, everybody was, cracking little jokes talking about that BLK shit, but I remember when that first shit popped off, Combat had said, Combat had pointed out how a lot of that staff and a lot of people working that event was from Showtime and PBC, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't know that.
It's gonna be a PBC 2B presentation from now on.
Well,
but another thing too, man. PBC, they gotta clean their roster out, man. Like I mean, I'm sorry, man, but like we didn't see enough with like we didn't see like because you know, just to be honest, man, all those guys are stolen from Golden Boy. We've been seeing those guys, man. It's time to get some new blood in there, man.
Y'all know what
you
that
feel
means?
What I'm saying? We not seeing no new blood.
Y'all know what that mean, man? That shit just dropped a bomb on my black ass right here, man. Hold up. You said, hold up. You said Showtime had what employees with BLK during that time?
A lot of them.
Just look at the entire staff, man, that was over there.
Yo.
That BLK Prime.
Hold, Cap, Coach, every AC, Carlos, Green, everybody on the panel. Y'all know what that shit mean. That mean the motherfucker was trying to find a suitor that fit the percentage that they wanted with some fucking money or production. BLK flop. And then now they in the motherfucking position where they gotta find the best motherfucking network. They tried BLK. That mean that they tried BLK before they did any of this shit. Oh, think about it.
Why you say it flopped?
Okay, put it like this.
I mean, they still putting on cards in other places.
No, but straight up, no. You know what? Flop is a strong word. I'm gonna say this. Let me retract that because that's a strong word, right? I'm saying like, okay,
what's going on, Rob? I see you, partner.
Hey man, I don't want to drag it out, man. That just made me
IOTBA. Keep on talking, man. I'm just giving a shout. Tony Boswell, what's good?
Man, salute to the chat for real.
Go ahead and talk your shit, man. I mean,
go ahead and talk your shit, bro. What's up?
No, for real. But you know, I love the chat, man. You know, I love the chat. I love the YouTube. Watch. Come on, man. You know, we do this shit every day. You know what I'm talking about? So
every day.
Yo, so what I was saying was like it's like testing out some shit before you know you got to make a move. That's all.
Anybody know MC Nemesis? I don't mean to cut you off. Anybody know MC Nemesis?
Yeah, to the no, to the no.
I do know MC. No. I have heard of him. I have.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing tonight?
What the hell y'all doing?
Go ahead.
We're having a damn meeting.
I am MC Nemesis.
Howdy.
I persist with the venomous vengeance. No more from the devil. That shit's a hindrance. Woo! I'm a top rapper on the fucking scene.
Okay, next.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing, man?
What's up, fellas?
Who was that? Butterbean?
I'll fuck with you in the background. I'll fuck with you.
It's Friday like a motherfucker. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, man, but you know it's just the flow. We talking about boxing. I ain't trying to be disrespectful.
I box somebody up here. I dare anybody.
Man, here we go with the country ass shit tonight.
No. I box.
You've been waiting to come up here, huh?
I box with razors.
You look like a ECW wrestler.
Man, you tweaking right now. You look high as down and look like you thirsty.
Does he's on? He on some shit.
I ain't on that.
He on.
Go get some water. Go get some water,
buddy.
But that nigga mouth twisted like a motherfucker, man.
Catnip, buddy.
That nigga mouth twisted.
The pipe was right off camera. The pipe was right off camera.
Okay.
That shit was right off camera view. Goddamn.
That was that snack, WCS. That was a snack.
Oh shit. Hey fellas, I believe they going to the zone. I believe the zone.
Hell no, bro.
No. The reason I'm saying that there. Okay, Floyd fought on the zone.
Hearns don't even get along with Al Heyman. Why?
I understand.
Man. That's what I'm saying, man.
I'm looking at running at the zone shit right now.
Right. I'm looking at the way they're moving because you got to look at Floyd that fought on the zone, right?
No. They bought the rights. They bought the rights to broadcast the joint. You know what I mean? They bid on the rights to broadcast it.
Talk to him, Blunts.
Okay, but
educate the OG.
And Tank Davis Nate fight for the bill on his own too?
No. Who was Tank fighting next? We don't even know who he fighting next.
But his next fight, I heard what I heard, what I seen, that Tank next fight would have been on his own. His next fight would have been on his own.
If that's the case, man, you know, that's not insinuating that they're gonna go to the zone. I mean, because you already have a premier.
Against who? Floyd Schofield.
Yeah, but the thing with Tank is Tank was exclusively signed to Showtime, like so he got another intricate thing in his business outside of him being a part of the PBC too.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has another avenue you can take.
Right, I was just looking at
Ron Ennis and all them cats.
Right, I was just looking at the way Floyd. You know, it was not a coincidence. Floyd fought on his own, then turn around, Tank for the fight on his own. You know.
Now if they end up on Zeus Network and you see Jocelyn Hernandez in the ring and all that shit, you feel what I'm saying?
I would be prone to believe that they would acquire or be a major investor or take 51% of P.A.N.E, so they can maneuver the way they want to maneuver under, you know, the P.A.N.E LLC and shit like that to relaunch the brand or relaunch a pure boxing app. I would say that would probably make the most sense instead of merging with another existing boxing platform that's, you know.
See, AC, that's what I was saying earlier. You talking about rebranding. You know, that's what I heard like months ago, that PBC was in the works of trying to rebrand, because it's just so much is out there legally that they're going through behind the scenes, and they're just going to try to rebrand themselves. So going over to P.A.N.E, which is, you know what I'm saying, they're not totally green in the business no more, but yet their exposure is not where it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And that, to me, that makes the most business sense as saying, all right, if we had an option to rebrand, just like the coach said earlier, if they got the money that they say they have, then you can just do it like that. If not, you acquire a smaller company who still may be in the startup stage.
Nah, they ain't going Amazon. Shit.
And you go that still may be in the startup stage, and you rebrand under them, using their LLC to now have leverage all over again. So
I'm looking at, you know, thinking about P.A.N.E.
business model, like the whole business model as far as in rebranding, the whole business model of the PBC is for us to get fronted some money from this network, for us to pay to pay our flagship fighters this amount and their opponents less, and for us to put them on pay-per-view and milk as much money as we can out of that, and then pay them off the
P.A.N.E because P.A.N.E is a subscription.
No, you know what something.
Canelo Alvarez was never a premier PBC fighter. Why they was dumping the whole load on him then?
Hey, Cap, you know what something, but see, PBC is an Al Heyman ego, man. Like Al Heyman the one doing business for it, and that's why a lot of deals. I hate to say it like that because I ain't in the promoter shit like that, man. I don't really care about that because I hate what it do to boxing. But Al Heyman is, I mean, if he go to the zone, it's okay. I was listening to Rick Glacier, right? Shout out to Rick, man. I don't believe everything he say, but I fuck with him on the shit he know. The nigga said 900, he owed 900 million or some shit like that. Okay, then I hear about the zone. The zone offered the nigga $1 billion.
That's public record though.
Okay, amen, right? But I'm saying, okay, the zone offer Al $1 billion. Now I know the zone Eddie Hearn. That's what I think. So I'm like, ain't it ironic that Eddie say?
Nah, here's the thing, Sharp.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, cause y'all see where I'm going. Y'all see where I'm going with that.
The zone is like top. The zone is like top ranked to ESPN because I believe that their parent company is Sky Sports.
I don't like Eddie though.
Any of those GT motorsport races or the European F1 races and shit like that, they are the leaders. They're the ones who allow that shit to be aired here in the United States. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they are the leaders. Sky Sports, if I'm correct with it, they are the leader in all of European sports. They are like the ESPN of Europe.
If Al wasn't there, PBC would be with the zone already.
So,
If Al wasn't, okay, I don't know Al personally. I don't, but I'm just saying the mannerism and the track record, you can kind of dictate how a man move when it comes to business. If Al wasn't there, at this time when Showtime saying they done with PBC, if Al wasn't there, PBC would be with the zone right now.
No, I kind of don't agree with that for the simple fact of this.
Man,
PBC is really Floyd Mayweather's company. He went to Al because of Al's previous connections with rubbing elbows with all the big wigs that he knew from the music business and knew how to put together contracts with signing people and signing bonuses and just the business side of contract law.
But Al didn't want Floyd initially when he came over there, because Al was also attached to the gangs at that point in time that was running, the networks from the music industry to the boxing and so forth. So when Floyd tried to go over there to Al Heyman, Al didn't want him until Floyd pretty much told him, what's so special about you? I mean, Al asked him, what's so special about you? He said, I'm not going to never lose. I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? So the rest is history.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, another thing too is go ahead.
I was gonna say I had an OG talk to me down in Atlanta that's attached to Al Heyman off camera. He didn't want to be recorded, but he told me the whole link up between Floyd and how he met Al Heyman and how Al Heyman, was going about doing what he was doing to get where he at.
Yeah,
it was very informative too.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it was very informative.
Yeah, I know Al Heyman from working in the music industry here in New York with drawing logos and shit like that. I met Al with this lady named Deidre Tate, who used to run Lauryn Hill and everybody that was on Long Island from Rakim to De La Soul, and she also.
They don't know nothing about no De La Soul today, AC. I don't know nothing about no De La Soul.
They don't know nothing about that.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Bivins had one of my drawings, had one of my drawings in his personal bathroom. So Al Heyman used to come by her office at 55 Fifth Avenue, 555 Fifth Avenue. So when I seen the dude, and you feel what I'm saying, and I'm just sitting outside. Like the way the office was, she didn't have doors, but you can see and sometimes hear the conversation. I'm like, yo, this nigga Al is like moving like a fucking gangster. The fuck is this dude? And then I started asking around, like, yo, who this Al Heyman guy? Yada yada yada. Lo and behold, Diddy was one of his proteges. So was Heavy D. We're putting together promotions and shit like that. And that's when those people got killed up at the college and shit like that. So they tried to sue Diddy, but Diddy was trying to drop dime on Al Heyman, saying that was Al Heyman's money. Al Heyman also had links to Whitney Houston, Babyface, and other people like that. So I was like, yo, this nigga makes moves, bro. So that's how I kind of got into knowing who Al Heyman was and the whole persona behind Al Heyman, and then hearing from other artists. They would start talking about the dirt side of the dude. And I was like, wow, that nigga's really fucked up like that. I thought he was just a dude getting it like that. I was like, nah, you don't want to sign. You don't want that nigga nowhere near what you do. He will destroy you.
I have a question. WCF, actually a question. I don't know if y'all talked on it about who's going to pick up that fight if Showtime is going out.
Crawford
the remake. Yes.
I mean, it's a good question. That's yet to be told, because I'm waiting on somebody to give me a call now. Matter of fact, I've been trying to find out that stuff from people at the PBC on. Is that going to dissolve? It can't dissolve. It's a contract, so I don't know the details. But that's a good question. I don't know who's going to pick it up.
But I have this question for you then. If it's a contract, is the contract still active or eligible, being that the principal company is kind of doesn't
Showtime?
Showtime
is still
it's still an active entity, because the shit don't supposed to dissolve to the end of the year. If that's the cutoff. The cutoff's supposed to be December, but we don't know when the actual month when the contract started. Is it going to dissolve within a 12-month expiration and 12 months is February.
See, those are the
I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's the shit that really intrigues me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, was there a caveat or something written into or an amendment written into the contract, you know, knowing that this thing could be a possibility, and then they saying the fight pushed back to February. The first thing I said was, you know, is the contract still legally binding? Can Bud just walk away at this point? It's supposed to dissolve at the end. Their principle is supposed to dissolve, or
you know what though?
At the end.
You know what, AC. Like I said, okay. You remember when the fight was first announced, and they said that the rematch had to be done before the end of the year in December, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they come out. Showtime is going. They already knew Showtime was pulling out. That's why I believe that's why they said the fight was to happen in the end before December.
True.
But
you're right.
I'm also looking at, well, even if Showtime pull out and they're under contract, they're still liable for that fight. They still will have to pay that money regardless of whether they have that fight or not. If Showtime pull out because they're under a binding contract,
but
they
have to be ineligible.
Hold on. If Showtime folds, okay, like they say they're gonna fold, and they have to pay their contract, and they have to obligate their contract. They have to pay them guys off.
Not necessarily.
Yes. By law, you have to. If I have a contract with you on something, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And I decide to fold my company, I'm still obligated to pay you. I have to pay off all my creditors, all my debt. I have to pay everybody out that I got.
That's the creditors and debt. I am not that yet because that event has not.
If you're under contract, listen. If you're under contract with me, and you don't sign a written contract, I have to obligate that contract with you.
Necessarily. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Let me explain it to you like this. Hold on, Mr. Golden. Let me say it like this. You're 100% right. When the company dissolves, it still owes money to its debtors and creditors. Right. That's an absolute fact. But if the contract was based on a future event that has not happened, and the actual date and venues and all of that have not been announced, then that's just as good as the ink that was used on that piece of hammer mill paper.
Now listen, why you think Steve Evanoso kept saying Showtime don't want to fight because it's not going to make no money, because they're liable for it. They're liable for this fight. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't see no profit in that. They didn't see no profit. But see, you got to look at prime example. I got you under contract, and I don't tied you up. Keep you from making money, going somewhere else and making money. I got you under contract. I decide to fold. You can go to court and sue me for the money that I was supposed to give you for that, because I tied up your business. I tied you up, kept you from making money on a such day up in that time.
You can do that,
because other words, you'll lose. Right now, Bud and Earl are still under contract for their rematch.
Yeah, but the rematch doesn't have a date.
Listen,
it doesn't have a venue.
But listen, they say the rematch would happen. You said the rematch would happen in December. This is what I'm saying. So in between now and then, they can't fight nobody else in between now and then because they're under obligation of contract.
Yes, sir.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing would happen with Wilder and Fury. That's why Wilder took his ass to court.
You're exactly right with that. But once you expire past the month of December, then you fall into a logistical or a legal huge gray area. Because
also AC with the Wilder situation, you know, you remember Bob Arum said that his fight contract had expired too, but yet that was due to unforeseen circumstances due to the pandemic and all that shit.
Right. And also AC, you have to look at, if they got an open date, they got 2 open dates, and the last open date is December 9th. You're under contract with Earl and Bud to have the fight in December. Why are you allowing Floyd Mayweather to come in and take that date when you're under contract with somebody else? So, other words,
issue. See that right there with a good contract lawyer can shred that shit like a paper shredder and get Bud the fuck up out of there because number one,
no, he can't get Bud up. But no, they're obligated. Listen, hold on. If the only available date they got for this fight be made was December the 9th.
Listen, this is
hold on. Listen, hold on.
Hey, OG, just let AC get his part, and then you come back. I want to hear both sides of the story. Really, I'm just trying to see.
Go ahead.
So basically, what I'm saying is, once you pass that date, once you pass December 9th, if that was an actual date, both of them can't do shit. They're legally still bounded. I give you that. They give you that. I give WCS when he said with the Fury Wilder thing, the fight kept on being pushed back for the simple fact of the pandemic. Now, the pandemic just didn't happen in one state. It was a global event. You can't deny that. Now, what's happening here is the company and the parent company is cutting ties with you because of business practices or because you're not meeting their standard, which then once you're under that type of scrutiny, the lawyers on Terrence Crawford's side can now argue, well, the parent company wasn't living up to their obligations. We're signed to a company that doesn't have a parent, that doesn't have that type of viewership. Who's going to air this fight? And at the end of the day, the judge can then say, okay, I've taken everything into serious consideration. What you said makes a lot more sense as to causality and things like that. So I'm granting this case towards you. Yeah, I now rule that the contract is null and void. Terrence Crawford, you're free to do whatever it is you want to do. You're no longer obligated to this fight. In the case of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, the pandemic was the mitigating circumstances and shit like that. So because of the pandemic, what's the name? Tyson Fury could not say the contract expired. We were in a pandemic. Everything was shut down. Countries. So you can't get away with that excuse. With this thing, it's not a pandemic. It's not nothing. It's because you had bad business practices. And the parent company chose to not fuck with you no more.
Now, okay. Let me break it down to you in another way. They're under contract for a fight in December. That's the written plan, right?
Yes, sir.
And they had the only over date they had to make the fight made was on December the 9th.
Yes, sir.
If they allow Floyd Mayweather to take that spot, and that way the boys cannot obligate they have that fight, then Showtime is in a breach of contract because so they're liable to pay Bud and Earl because they're in a breach of contract. We signed a contract. Hold on. Let me finish. If my date is over for the 9th of December, you let somebody else come in and take that, and you fold your business, you stop me from making my money. So you owe me that. It's nothing on my fault. It's not on my part.
You can sue.
Hold on, y'all. It's a few things with that argument though, because you got to look at it like this. Showtime isn't the promoter. They just the network platform.
Correct.
So if you look at it from that aspect, no, the only person that's liable or holds any bearing with Crawford or Errol Spence is Al Heyman and Tom Brown.
That's what happened
for TBG. Now you gotta look at because if you look at it, how the situation ended now, it's almost like the same situation Bud was in last year because they had him, they wanted him to sign for a fight, but they didn't know which date that they wanted to have the fight. They didn't know if they wanted to push it back to next year or have it at the end of the year. But see, this is the other problem that we run into. Even if Crawford doesn't fight Errol Spence, the other fighters that he wants to fight, they're also contracted to PBC too.
We saw it. But see, you know what?
Also,
you know what?
Also, you got to look at.
Hold on.
Also,
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Hold on, one mic.
Let me say this though. Let me say this. Like, but now it makes sense because okay, I think Showtime was banking on EJ not to take that fight with Bud because you couldn't make it. Hold on. Let me finish.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Let me finish. That's what I'm saying. But see, Bud knew he was gonna whoop EJ ass. I'll tell you why. Because EJ probably was debating when motherfucking, we all know the story. I mean, just years. EJ probably going back and forth with Al Heyman over that fight. Bud probably like, all right, when your daddy tell you to say you can go, just let me know. I'm gonna go fight Avenesian. And then when the motherfucker went over there and beat Avenesian ass, and Bud came all the way back, EJ made a decision to fight Bud when Al knew that motherfucker wasn't gonna beat him. And see, the reason why I feel that because EJ and Bud was like the last fight at the end of the year. And we all know when you go out on a sale, you need a big bang and a big reputation and a big event. The matchup was so, even matchmakers probably didn't agree with the damn matchup. Bud went in that motherfucker and made it look so bad that the people couldn't even make money off of it. So when Bud came up to the stage, that's why he looked at everybody and said, why y'all so mad? They wasn't mad that Bud whooped EJ ass. They was mad that Bud whooped EJ ass so bad it couldn't make money off of it.
Well, also you got to look at.
But hold on, real quick, OG, real quick. Let me say this too. We got to remember that Bud said he not the one who asked for no rematch. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah,
Bud probably don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's my point.
It's all on Errol.
He knew he was gonna whoop EJ ass.
And Errol's with the PBC and Showtime and them and all that, right? So,
yeah,
but if it don't happen,
and Blunts, I think this. I said this about Crawford too, right? I said that they really want to make some money. I wonder if Crawford is going to, carry the fight a little bit just to tease him, like Marcus Madonna and Floyd Mayweather, the first one. Floyd Mayweather played the game and teased him for a second fight, and then he beat him even easier than the first one. Yeah. But Bud, I guess Bud ain't built from that cloth. He ain't cut about that politics shit. He said, "No, I'm gonna go in here and beat his ass, and then y'all figure out the rematch.
Man,
y'all figure this shit out."
Like telling the Santa Claus,
he
really left it in their lap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But listen, y'all remember when they asked Bud before the fight, they asked Bud about the rematch, right? Mm-hmm. Bud told him, "I'm not worrying about a rematch." Mm-hmm. Because it's the fact, even Bud came out after the fight. He said, I had to win this fight here because if I would have lost us, I would have never got a shot at undisputed again because Earl was moving up to 154."
Hey, go.
That's why he beat the shit out of Earl's ass and took it out of Earl's hand.
He still had to win though. OG.
Right, I'm saying he still had to win. He still had to win. He still had to win, but Bud said out his mouth.
But Gold, it was like okay. Say if Bud was with a marketing company or whatever the fuck, whatever situation that could have went right for business and the sport. Bud was like that motherfucker. They said go in there and tell the kids that Santa Claus ain't real, but he kind of real. Bud went in that motherfucker and damn near told them Santa Claus and all the history that motherfucker ain't never been real. You damn near, like.
But that's kind of like the ad with WCS just said because now even if you start going back and looking, it make a lot of sense.
But you can't market that.
But I'm gonna say this. This probably the reason why PBC didn't try and pick up the Sean Porter and Crawford fight because Sean Porter pushed for that fight. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? They end up letting Top Rank get the purse bid, and then they did the bid, and then they figured it out however they figured it out. And then once Crawford told Bob Arum that he wasn't signing back with him, remember that executive from PBC came out the top of 2022 and said, a fight with Crawford and Spence, it's not economically sound because they said something to the effect of they wouldn't be able to pay Crawford what he wanted, even though they didn't even know what he wanted for the fight, and they was already saying they had a hard enough time building up their own pay-per-view stars. So like the writing on the wall from that, it was already etched in stone.
I want to piggyback off that because we're forgetting it. One other player in this.
That was back when you niggas said the fight was never gonna happen. Now and we can kiss it goodbye and all that shit. I remember that shit.
So basically, I wanted to say this. The argument that I get with Golden saying where he could sue for whatever money that was whatever, we only knew as far I don't remember seeing anything. Maybe there was another report I might have missed, but I didn't know what Bud's what Bud was supposed to make by signing the whatever fight deals he had with PBC. We knew Canelo's was about $100 million. So Canelo has more rights to go into a judge for the breach of contract and say, listen, you still owe me this because there was a monetary value that I could go on social media and pull because so many people and sports entities wrote about how much money this contract was valued at. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have to obligate it, but now I could ask for the remaining for half of the remaining balance and still walk away with 25, maybe $30 million for not doing shit else and actually be able to pull myself out of that contract. Now, as far as Bud is concerned, I don't know. I don't remember seeing that they said Bud signed a 2-fight or 3-fight deal for $40, $50 million for both the Errol Spence fight, for the regular fight and the rematch. You feel what I'm saying? I just heard that there was a contract for the fight and the rematch and the details of the rematch. So at the end of the day, Canelo has more rights to go down that road that I feel Mr. Golden talking about than Bud does. So Bud could just easily walk away and fight who the fuck he want to fight, and Canelo can now respectively be a free agent because his shit
but they're still because I heard somebody say earlier about the promotion company and that Al Heyman is responsible, which was part 2. Showtime was also sponsoring too, because Showtime put up money for the fight also for us, the network. They got money tied up in it. That's why Steve Evans would say that Showtime really didn't want that fight because they're not going to make any money. You feel what I'm saying?
Clusterfuck. Both Showtime and PBC are in a clusterfuck now that Paramount shut a lot of shit down. So
right.
You're still obligated by reports and everything to fulfill what Canelo has going on, but there is no real obligation that's still connected to you with Terrence Crawford.
And just to break it down in layman's terms and not put it out of the stratosphere for anybody that's like that would think we talking about some rocket science type shit. The PBC, they're an American-based boxing entity. Now you talking about trying to go over and do deals with Amazon Prime and this on they're global. So like it's different. Like they not gonna have the same. They not gonna get the same invitation that they got from Showtime from them other platforms, the ones that they spoke on most recently in the news.
And I agree with that 1,000%.
But look, that's what made me think they got a plan, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't have did all this shit and signed all these contracts and gave Canelo all this bread and did all this shit without knowing that there was a possibility this shit could happen. They gotta have a plan. They already put the rumors out that they not looking at the zone, and the Amazon thing ain't really, you know what I mean, ain't really going down. So I think them niggas got a plan, especially with Ellerby talking about watch this next move. It's gonna make everybody sick. Them niggas got a plan. You know what I mean? We just gotta sit back and wait for that shit unfold and see what it is, and then we gonna get with the program.
I mean, why is gonna make us sick though? Why is gonna make us sick? Like
exactly, it's not like we was something crazy.
Like it's not like we was sick with the fights they put on this year to the point where oh man, we just throwing up with laughter and enjoyment. Like Tank came out with 2 quick fights, but we was really really waiting for the Crawford Spence fight. Benavidez and Caleb Plant turned into a whole fest. You know what I'm saying? So what are we gonna be sick about? Just the fact that Showtime is folding. That's what we're gonna be sick about. Showtime is bowing out.
the
Canelo
young
versus Charlo
prospect
didn't
Jerron Ennis. He had a lackluster performance. His first time on pay-per-view, the undercard.
But look
like
though,
yeah,
but
what
look
we gonna
though,
be sick
but
about though?
look though,
but
but
WC,
look, Tank
hey,
the
check this
day.
out.
Wait, hold on,
What
OG,
if they-
hold on, real quick.
Okay.
But because WCS said somebody, he said he brought up Tank, but see, the day that shit broke, right, that it was official, Tank posted on his Instagram that Al Heyman had called him and shit, right, and they talked for like 5 minutes or some shit. He posted a screenshot of the call, and then you see the picture of Espinoza in the gym with Bozy and Boots. Now motherfuckers talking about Espinoza gonna try to be their manager and shit. But it's like I'm saying, like these niggas got a plan, G. They got
I mean,
like,
what they have to do with sick for? When you make
Check this out.
when it's gonna make somebody sick, it's like, God damn, y'all gonna be like, damn, y'all gonna be mad. You know what I mean? Y'all thought we was done, we was gone, we was gonna have to do this, do that. Hell no, we
So
got
how
a plan.
did the
we
phone
still
call
moving.
from Tank from Al Heyman is going to do something that we ain't seen before from PBC? They was with Showtime for 9 years, right? About 9 years back in 2013 or something like that.
I feel like Tank post that to show, like, you know, as speaking for himself, I'm gonna be straight.
They doing
you know what I mean? Al
you know
Heyman
what that
called
is.
me direct.
Excuse me, can I say something right quick?
Damage control,
I'm straight.
Blunts.
Right.
Hey, can I say
Y'all
something right
see
quick?
all this shit yeah, that could be it too. Damage control
Blunts,
too.
I'm gonna keep it a beam, my nigga. That's
with you,
damage
Blunts.
control.
Nah,
that
that's
little
real
picture,
shit, bro.
that picture that they showed
That's like
Espinosa down there. When Steven Espinosa ever been down there? Now all of a
He in
sudden,
the
since he
gym
got
down
fired,
there and shit.
now all
Man,
of
that
a sudden, since he got
little
fired,
nigga goddamn about to get little nigga about to get ate
That's
up.
how he was standing right in the middle of them niggas. He was standing right in the middle of Bozy. Just let me get in the middle. Just let me get in the middle. Scoot over, watch out.
I give it to their platform.
shit.
They
Just let
do
me get in the middle.
great damage control,
Little
man.
ass nigga.
They do great damage control.
Hey, fella,
over there,
look.
man.
What if they come out? Now, I said only way there would be some short shit to me if they decide to go and bring HBO back.
Nah, that's not.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
Listen though, but that's a rumor
Listen.
that's really floating though. That's a floating rumor. That shit.
HBO was original
HBO
where
Max,
Floyd was
right?
at in the beginning.
Yeah. So
Floyd was saying that's a rumor. I seen it on Twitter. It's floating around that HBO.
It's not totally.
That would be the shocker, though.
That would be the shocker. I don't know if I get sick or queasy from it, but I say, okay, HBO back in the house.
But that's the thing, though. Like, so if they sign with, I mean, I just don't see the difference. Okay, you know what though? Amazon and HBO Max, they operating on the same kind of motherfucking business deal. I can see it. It's just which one. Okay, but HBO got history with boxing.
Yeah, I mean, one that benefited most off one fight that benefited most off HBO and Showtime was Floyd.
Yep.
Floyd benefited off that.
Hey, look, the platform that they go to, that's cool. Even if they do, we got to look at the entity that we talking about. We talking about a promotional company that everyone said had all the top welterweights to fight. None of those welterweights have gotten a rematch. None of them. You feel what I'm saying? They have a roster of older fighters, which if we look at it at basketball terms, they will be looked at as veterans or about to be journeymen. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna put up top dollar or the money that they're used to getting being overpaid because they had an advisor that was misusing hedge fund money because he was trying to monopolize boxing. They're not gonna have.
Yeah, it's too much.
Like they're not gonna have that reward now. So it's like, okay, you got guys that's on the other half of 30. So this is an analogy that some guy on YouTube likes to use when they talk about somebody going to fight Godzilla. Them guys over there on PBC, they not about to go fight Godzilla no more.
But let me say this. PBC has been on, like, they've been exposing themselves because the Bud Crawford and Errol Spence fight was made between Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. Their guy took an epic ass whooping that we haven't seen in this era. No fighter have we seen take an ass whooping like that in this era. Then you had their second guy, Jamel Charlo, go up against Canelo Alvarez. Lackluster performance. You feel what I'm saying? And it didn't do where people were saying that, oh, this Canelo Charlo fight gonna do at least 800. I bet you it don't do a minimum of 800,000 pay-per-views. Better do like 1 million, 1.2. It's gonna be up there with Ryan and Tank. And it did 600 and some, maybe 620 something thousand pay-per-views. Now you're shopping yourself for a company, and you're going to give us David Benavidez versus
Jose Benavidez.
I
mean Demetrius Andrade
against Demetrius Andrade as a pay-per-view. Like I've been watching YouTube to see what people think. I haven't seen one channel that literally said I'm buying that pay-per-view. Every channel I watched that covered that fight said I'm streaming that shit. I'm fire sticking the shit out of that joint. So at the end of the day, if it does 120, remarkable over maybe 350,000 illegal streams. So
I mean, at this point, wouldn't it be collateral damage, being that Showtime is actually aborting mission anyway?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you already got shot by you already shot yourself in the head, and now you said, you know what, I ain't dead yet, so now I'm gonna shoot myself in the heart.
Don't forget that N.Y. Don't forget that N.Y. and Fulton fight neither. Like a PBC
and
fight.
That didn't have shit to do with Showtime though.
But at the end of the day,
the point I'm trying to make is he got beat up on a guy that's on the PBC platform. He got beat up on a global scale.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked the fuck out. Beat up and knocked out. So at the
he
end
said he talked to Al. Al said, "Nigga, we already in the goddamn motherfucking black. Nigga, go get your ass beat."
So at the end of the day, where Leonard Ellaby is talking about, it's gonna make them sick, bro. You just a mouthpiece, man.
I don't know about what this sick is. I want to know what the sick is about.
What that sick shit is, because it's like you saying people are jealous of you and
ain't nobody jealous of the PBC.
Come on, man.
That's how I took it. I was like, yo, ain't nobody. Come on, what the fuck you mean by?
Man, look, Paramount. They looked at everything in totality, man.
You've been taking a loss for a minute now. Don't nobody give a fuck about you.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. PBC is on a whole new remodeling plan. You gotta think, like, they got 3 fighters that went up, that performed this year on a platform where a majority of people got to see or can stream, and all they brand of quality fighters lost. And think about it. Think about this. Though, and the fighters that they lost to are not in-house. They other brands.
Yeah.
Oh my
every time they step out, every time they fight to step out and fight somebody else, they lose.
But they have a poor record, outside of the scope.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why they brought on Canelo. See, they brought on the motherfuckers because it was something that they knew, dealing out them fighters. Like, if you watch, put it like this, I love boxing, but even if you watch Great White Hype, man, you will see a lot of the gaps in all this shit that they doing right now. Because you build up a fighter, but you got some dogs out there. But if you build up one, you can make money. And you got
somebody got some back noise, man. Oh, Jay, you got some back noise.
That Mr. Gold Dash, man.
I
muted him. Sucking it, fuck it.
I muted him. He just losing focus and shit.
God damn.
You know, old people, man.
Yeah, for real. Up there talking, don't even know his shit live.
Sound like he got like 9 kids.
And then you got to look at it from this perspective too. Like the only reason Steve Espinosa got that job because he was a part of that heist that they pulled on De La Hoya and them over there, man.
Yeah. So, man, it's just like I really don't know, man. It's these guys over there, man. That I'm having a lot of difficulty trying to see where these people go. You feel what I'm saying? Just I can only go back to what was being said early in the year, late last year, that kind of expect a mass exodus of fighters leaving the PBC within the next couple of years. And hindsight is 2020, and hey, that's what we could be seeing. We could actually see that, to where A lot of fighters either become free agents there that are on the tail ends of their career. Like Deontay Wilder just shopping whatever fights he can get. I don't know what's going to really happen with Jamel or Jamal Charlo at this point. Jaron Ennis, he's like a meme right now, talking about, everybody keeps saying, yeah, your daddy said y'all trusted Showtime. Yeah, look at where that shit got you. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm seeing that on Facebook everywhere. It's like, damn, bro. Damn, that's, if your pops could take back those words, listen.
Man, the truth was that was their excuse so they wouldn't get beat up by Bud. Let's keep it real. All the PBCers was running from certain fighters, and they always hated on them so they wouldn't have to fight them. If you go back and you look at the last 5 years, that's the game they always played. And certain PBC fighters didn't even want to fight each other. They said that, we'll come in house. Well, wasn't your boy who was hating on Bud, who got sparked by some random nobody, wasn't he with PBC where he couldn't get no real fights?
Yeah, the thing about Jaron Ennis though, Jaron Ennis, he's not even the PBC fighter. Supposedly he was assigned exclusively to Showtime, but that just shines the light is because you being signed to the actual network that's the platform for the PBC with all the supposed welterweights. You can't even fight any of the welterweights over there, none of the top guys, but you just do vlogs and name drop all the time.
Yeah, he a hustler. I grew up with a bunch of Jaron Boots Ennises where they got a little bit of talent and they're not going to reach their full talent because they don't want to look bad. They don't want to do the real work.
I mean, well, the writings on the wall, like they padded his record because if you look at their whole camp overall, this ain't their first time dealing with Bozy Ennis like his I think Jerome, I don't know if that's the brother over him, but for Rob, he was the fighter. He was I think he fought super middleweight if I ain't mistaken. So they already familiar with dealing with them, but you can see the game plan that they chose for Ennis was we gonna pad your record. Like and I tell everybody when I'm talking on platform and stuff, he's the black Jaime Munguia. You feel what I'm saying? Because Jaime Munguia got like 40, almost 50 some fights, and he ain't been in there with nobody.
I'm seriously trying to figure out, with all the hate they've been throwing around to everybody who didn't, kiss up to the PBC all these years, how was they wrong? Bud proved that he was right every step of the way. He proved that he was right when he was trying to chase him down. He said, well, how he the boogeyman if I'm chasing him down? All of them is trying to blackball me. He proved it. He proved that, okay, they weren't as good as they say they was. They weren't getting money like they say they was, that he was the real money man. He was the one really doing the big business. He was the one with the real following, because as soon as you lose, they're going to lose you. And he really had people who was really about being his fan. It wasn't, there was haters of this person, so now, it's something different. Because a lot of those people who was kissing up the Earl loved Bud until he moved until he became competition.
Yeah, man. If you look at the boxing media more so on YouTube, man, a lot of these people they're not even Errol Spence fans. They just don't like Crawford. So if they can find any type of opposition to go against him, that's whose fan base they'll attach themselves to. Because you got
and it's funny they said that Bud fans were going to be the ones when Bud loses, they're going to jump on air. They're going to forget about Bud and go straight to Boots. The funny thing is that's the exact thing they did. It's the exact thing they did. Is ran
that
to
same
Boots.
night they jumped on Boots.
The same exact night.
Hey yo,
as soon as they walk out of they coma from running from the bookies that they owe, running from their baby mama from messing up all the kids' money, all their savings and everything else that they betted, buying all those worthless shirts. those $100, $200 shirts.
No,
they buy the same shirt 7 times, and then now the shirt is worthless. You can't even give it away to the Goodwill. The Goodwill, like, I don't want this crap.
Yo, the crazy shit is, and I keep getting on. I keep, I say this in the panels or in their chats and shit like that, and somebody always time me out whenever I make this point. They always keep saying,
but see, that's where people underestimate Bud.
What he making a point though, John? When you making a point, I mean, like,
go.
Is the audio bad? No, I'm just saying, is the audio bad or what?
So you can
no, go ahead. No, my fault.
I was just saying.
My bad.
I know it's Friday and shit. Y'all niggas getting fucked up over there behind that logo.
Yeah, for
but
real.
Chill.
I was saying this. Basically, the new talking point is, and we all saw it. Bud is scared of Jerron. Bud needs to fight Jerron. Steven Espinoza says, he's trying to make the fight between Bud and Jerron and shit like that. But I'm like, okay, why didn't Steven Espinoza say Errol needs to fight him? Being that they dropped at least 3 petitions and shit like that for Jerron Boots Ennis to get that to go after that IBF strap, as well as them saying if they can't make this deal, you got 21 days and then it's our turn, based on what Boozy Ennis said and shit like that. But now it's all of a sudden Bud needs to do this and Bud needs to do that, and Bud got to give Jerron his shot. And I'm like, yeah, but he had the opportunity and he went the IBF route. So where's that energy when Errol had it? Because I didn't see the shit. Even from like when I said it on Tay Jones' show, he wouldn't read the comment or nothing like that. I could see him looking down and reading it, and then he would just move on. And I'm like, bro, god damn, what's going on, my man? I got respect for what you do, but come on, bro, don't. I mean, if Jerron is your guy, I get it, but let's just be boxing fans first.
All right. Hey, John, go ahead, bro.
Nah, man. What's funny, I was looking for a lighter to light my blunt again, and then you caught me in the middle of interrupting my man making a point. My bad, for real. Now, I mean, now go ahead, man. I'll circle back around. I gotta find this damn lighter, man. Hold on, I'll circle back around.
No, but it's that shit was just a bit funny to me, and it's just when we called it, and WC has been on panels, Green been on the panels, Blunt's been on the panels, when we was on other people's show, and we was saying, as soon as Errol when Errol loses, watch how fast they gonna jump on the Jerron Boots Ennis train, and it won't even be 24 hours. I think WCS said it'll be like a hot 10 minutes. And for sure, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, it was quick. They put that picture out quick, didn't they?
They put it out extremely fast, and then they start coming up with all the ghost stories, all the Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas stories. Oh, well, Bud had a bionic arm, and that's why he was able to hit him like that. Because Bud never did that to anybody before. And Bud, he was sniffing the glue, and that's what gave him super glue powers. And that's why he was able to do EJ like that. And he was a clone. And the clone, before they cloned Tyrone, they cloned EJ. Well, if he was a clone, then why did y'all want the rematch? Why did y'all want him to fight the clone? Like, oh, well, it's neurological damage. Well, why y'all want a rematch if it's neurological damage? Honestly, if you got neurological damage or if you have cancer, the best thing for you to do is to stay in shape. He will be in better shape at a lower weight. Just respectfully, and you wouldn't want him to fight him again. That's another thing. If you have any type of illness, neurological damage, one of a million different things, you wouldn't want head trauma. So you wouldn't want him to fight Bud again.
So this was a talking point that I also said that got me blocked. They were talking about the rematch, and Bud Bud is a snake and Bud should fight Errol at 154. I said, okay, if Spence is already at 147, all he has to do is maintain 147 or somewhere around there until a fight happens. He doesn't have to balloon up and then go through a drastic weight cut. Oh, this guy, he don't know what he's talking about. What are you talking about? He ain't never missed weight. I said, no, he's never missed weight. But the point is, if y'all saying the man is weight drained, then wouldn't it make more sense? Cookie. Hold on, sorry about that. Wouldn't it make more sense that if you want the rematch at 147 and you didn't say you wanted to go up to 154, all you have to do is maintain a weight around 147, so it's not a weight drain. That's easy to do if you got the nutritionist that you said you had and all of this other stuff. And right before the fight, y'all said Errol looked good. So what happened to that? You know?
Yeah, they said Errol looked good. He did it the right way. He lost the weight the right way. Now he got a nutritionist.
Yeah.
Errol said he did it great, and he's super focused. Everything is great. His mama was even saying, "Oh, he's so calm and everything's awesome. He's usually uptight, but now he's so calm because he's focused and everything is perfect, and he looks remarkable." And they said, "Oh, Bud was the one who had the weight issue, and he was weight drained." Remember, they were saying weight drain. He was weight draining. He missed weight the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 times. I'm like, dang, they get on the scale 200 times.
I was just like, man, come on, man, y'all. Let's just keep this. Let's just keep this within the scope of reality. Let's keep it within the scope of common sense. You know, if the fight is only a couple of months away, less than 6 months away, then your guy doesn't need to balloon up. What's the first thing he do? He goes to Spain and shit like that. He comes back, the dude look ballooned up, getting out the Jeep, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, who's gonna?
Well, you already knew he was gonna balloon up when he said the night of the after the weigh-in. He said the hard work was done. Now it's time to have fun. What do you mean? You got to fight tomorrow. Why are you eating 2 super cheeseburgers that could have fed my whole family with extra guacamole? What are you doing, fat boy? You eating like us, like we're
it was
like a
protein,
regular person,
okay?
or
It was
worse.
protein, sir. Saying it was protein, okay?
Man, no. What all
protein.
about all the extra grease and extra cheese? That was protein.
We don't know if it was virgin oil that beef was cooked in, and we don't know exactly the contents of the guacamole that was stacked on there with a shovel, with a garden shovel.
That shit could have been A5 level Wagyu beef floating in straight.
We don't know if it was plant-based, you know what I'm saying, organic.
But at the end of the day, it's just like, okay, it's simple for him.
He was tearing them burgers up too.
Yeah, if he got the nutritionist that he says he has, he can maintain a weight that once he starts going into training and he's cleared to fight, that it's only, you know, he's basically 3 pounds shy away from making weight, or 5 pounds shy from making weight. So at the end of the day, he don't got to go 20, 30 pounds and shit like that. So I'm like, come on, man. Wouldn't that be smart if you got a rematch that's that far away? I mean, if you have a championship mindset.
I mean, when you're drinking, that's a different type of damn weight.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, man. When you got that alcohol monkey on your back, it's hard to get them off.
And the funny thing, he was still saying that he was still partying, still drinking, all up to the last moment. Like he said, even after the accident, even after the Ugas fight, like, and then all his fan base, they just forget that part. They forget that EJ actually said it himself. And it's like, oh, he's the truth. They don't forget it. Was lie.
I got kicked off the panel because I said you got to thank Keith Thurman for helping this fight get made, because if they hadn't put the political squeeze on Errol Spence, how Keith Thurman alluded to, we wouldn't have had this fight. Because you gotta look at it from this perspective. Errol Spence, he probably said, I'd rather go in there and lose to Terrence Crawford or not lose Keith Thurman. I'd rather go in there and lose to Crawford than Thurman any day. I'm not gonna let my first loss come via Keith Thurman.
Hey,
Yeah,
Green,
because he was adamant about letting Steven know that he didn't want to fight that dude.
Hey,
you know
Green,
on
I'm
that
gonna say
leaked
this.
audio.
I think it was the suspect car accident that we thank the most for making this fight happen, because without that car accident, he did not have a legitimate reason for not fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, AC, if we look at the tail end of last year, how everything fell into place, on that side of the street per se, because Errol Spence he get in the car accident. That's like a week or a few days before Frank Martin fight Michelle Rivera. Then we got Jerron Ennis at the top of the year fighting for interim IBF belt, which that belt's only given out in history if the champion is injured. Well, Errol Spence, he didn't file any paperwork suggesting that he was injured. He just said he was in a car accident, he was kind of sore or whatever the case may be. But overall, the whole debacle of Showtime and Errol Spence and all them is due to the level of inactivity and the fact that those dudes over there they fit more of a rapper's lifestyle rather than a dedicated fighter's lifestyle. Because that alcohol monkey, that's hard to get off your back, man. And then AB and Errol Spence, that they was drinking partners, man. So
yeah, we just seen Mal Charlo drunk as fuck talking crazy. So at the end of the day, hey man, that's going to also go into who wants to pick up your company when your main guys, with the exception of, I ain't never seen Deontay Wilder drunk like that, but your other main guys all have drinking problems, or have weight issues where they would balloon the fuck up and have these tough camps and shit like that, to whereas guys couldn't, they couldn't perform at the level that we're expecting them, or they're not carrying the fighter's lifestyle. We can't put these guys on a box of Wheaties. I can't put Tank Davis on a box of Wheaties or have him, in a commercial with the little fucking cheesy fish things like the two basketball players and shit like that. I can't put that dude there. I can't put Jamel Charlo there. I can't put Errol Spence there. I can't put Tank Davis or even Jamal Charlo there. I can't find a venue for these guys to help market them. I can't put them on an episode of Sesame Street or Elmo's Place. That's not gonna happen.
Well, Tank kind of got himself together, man. I think it's because the elders, that he got around him, man. I think he started to actually listen, and then when you don't have the fighters that in your draft class, if you're not fighting those guys, and then you fighting guys like Ryan Garcia that's willing to sell they owe when you can hit them with a rehydration clause, it's gonna add to the show that you provide the fans. But even WCS, man, over the whole weeks of the build up to actually July 29th, like he was showing, like, you feel what I'm saying, like we seeing Spence, look like he got a couple pounds to shed, man. He look like he got a couple pounds to shed. You feel what I'm saying? He don't look like he on weight right now. And then the way he was running hard in that all access, man, he sounded like a stallion galloping, man.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I would only give a little pushback on Tank getting his shit together, because I believe it was less than 6, maybe 7 months ago, he violated the terms of his probation and then got locked up for the terms of his deal, and he was he was locked up. So again, it's hard to say you have your shit together. You know, it's easy to say that when you just came home. You feel what I'm saying? But prior to that, you violated something. You had these same OGs with you, but you didn't want to stay where you were where you was ordered to stay. You feel what I'm saying? For your own freedom's sake. So it's just like these dudes are still prone for stupid shit. Give them all enough time, they still prone for stupid shit. So at the end of the day, when these guys really start to see themselves like a champion and really respect the sport like that, then things can happen. It's gonna be hard, you know what I'm saying, for Al Heyman or whoever to try to shop this company when someone says, all right, let me see the finances, and then you're gonna see payments out to PR people to help cover up all the fuckery that your fighters have been doing. It's like, damn, you have no control over these guys? Well, we're just this and we're just that. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. They're the commodity. They're the ones who are making you your money on one half, and the fans are buying into that. So you need to rein them in. So this way, yada yada yada. Now, if I was a Jeff Bezos or anybody like that, I'm gonna bring that up and hold you over the flame to that. Like, listen, over the past year, this is the fuckery your fighters have just been doing. And then you just had one of your fighters on an Instagram or Twitch or whatever, drunk as a motherfucker right there. Then you just had another one of your former fighters drunk as hell on a podcast. So what the fuck's going on with alcohol and your fighters?
They drink champs.
That's funny as hell. You saying they belong on Nori's show then?
Facts. They should. Facts.
Wow, that's crazy. So at the end of the day, man, it's hard to sell a company where the business model failed, and then the people involved have issues, deep systemic issues outside of the ring. It's like, and Leonard Ellerby talking about somebody being sick. It's like, that shit don't make sense, bro. You're about to be sick when y'all find out that don't nobody want you. Your fighters are gonna survive, but I don't think the company will. Anybody else?
I'm trying to figure out why they can't just, since all of them to get money fighters, they're the money team. Everybody got money over there. Everybody balling. Everybody super million trillion for billionaires. Why they can't start doing stuff on their own then? Why they can't do it on their own? Why nobody wants to get with the money team?
Because I was told I was a hater when I said there is no fucking way Tank versus Ryan Garcia did 1.2 million. That I just don't believe it. And then when you look at what they took home, what they was actually paid and what they was paid as a guarantee, it's like, nah, that ain't a $1.2 million pay-per-view type thing. The men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. So I'm always gonna believe that first before
they also inflate the numbers at the Barclays too. So
yeah,
they say that was
they said Tank made 40 million and Ryan made 30.
Yeah, I'm like, no fucking way.
That's some good money, boy. Sound good.
Yeah, that sound really good. And then when they was talking about the Barclay, I was like, nah, I know people at the Barclay I can call right now. And I called my people up. I was like, yo, what was the actual highest selling venue at the Barclay? And that was some Danny Garcia versus somebody fight. I was like, word, Danny Garcia? He was like, yeah, that's our numbers. I was like, oh shit. So Wilder versus what's the name? The Polish dude over at the Barclay. That how did that? He was like, that was I was our second or third. I was like, whoa. He was like, yeah, but Danny Garcia versus I think Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter. I believe that happened at the Barclay, and that did phenomenal numbers as far as the gate. You know, selling out that venue. I was like, wow, that's bananas. Two niggas not from New York just sold it out like that. That's what's up. I said, so what about this Tank thing? He was like, I don't know what they're talking about. That shit ain't even in our top 10. I was like, oh, that's fucked up. So, you know, after that point right there, I was like, nah, I do not hold anything that these guys say about PBC and these so-called big sales and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold that, because you could just take the pay-per-view numbers, you know, you take these sales or whatever they trying to tell you it is, these pay-per-view sales, and just multiply that by the amount of the pay-per-view, and you'll see how much just the pay-per-view made. And then you look at what these guys took home, not to really be watching anybody's pockets like that. But when you make a statement like that in this public space, there are people who, like myself, that might just look at that like, damn, this dude cake. So at the end of the day, when the numbers don't add up, it's like, no. You're not gonna bullshit me like that. You're not going to bullshit me like that. I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not gonna sit by and have people on panels be like, yeah, but Tank and Ryan did 1.2, 1.4 million. No, they didn't. No. If you look at the numbers, they're all over the place. They are all over the place. As low as 650, consistently as low as 650, consistently as high as 800. So at the end of the day, you can look at something in between and say, all right, it did the same thing as Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Man, everything digressed on Showtime. Even Jake Paul's numbers, Jake Paul's numbers before doing that deal with Showtime, like they was, no, he was doing close to $1 million. I think he did do something close to $1 million on one of them fights, but it wasn't on the Showtime platform.
Nah, Jake Paul was doing 1.7s, 1.5s. He was
like he
that's what I was
came
gonna
over
say,
to
is that the
Showtime.
social.
He came over to Showtime. He did like a two fight deal with them, or whatever the case may be. They did terrible according to the average that he already had before then. And then we had spoken another time too. I said before, when the UFC and the WWE merged, I said that was gonna spell disaster for all the competition in other combat sports. That's two heavyweight conglomerates joining forces. That's on the pay-per-view platform in the UFC.
Yeah.
They don't
Nobody do
mind
better
having the
pay-per-view
best
numbers
fight the
than
best.
WWE. Don't nobody do better pay-per-view numbers than WWE. Them niggas is the masters of this shit. But
and boxing is going, and boxing is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to compete with a machine like that, especially when they're not publicly traded. So they playing with house money, and just like everybody was saying before, like if PBC was such a successful company, or if it was worth this amount of money, whatever the case may be, when it was detailed and shown that Showtime was not re-upping with them, it should have incited a bidding war, and it didn't.
Nope, not at all. Now here's the funny thing. I'm gonna speak on this. I've never seen better promotional things leading up to a fight, right, than Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. The shit with Mike Tyson on the Granting the Wishes, that shit is hot to me. That bang bang shit off of Homegirl Chung, whatever, the Korean chick, with them, I'm like, yo, why does not regular boxing have these types of videos promoting this shit? Because that bang bang shit, that shit is fucking fire to me.
That's deep right there, bro.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like they really going all fucking out for this Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury fight. As far as the promotion is going, you know, it's like, who the fuck would want to see all access when you got one after the other? You feel what I'm saying? Then you got the rapper dude and the other cat. You feel what I'm saying? Made the semi-music video type promotional shit. I'm like, these niggas is going bananas for this fight. Imagine if Errol Spence and Bud Crawford had some shit like that. That fight would have definitely did over 1 million joints. But they know the market that they're playing to.
Look, right, we got to think about, hold on, though. Rick said, and now Rick pay-per-view numbers I trust, right? That nigga said Tank vs. Ryan did 960,000 domestic. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
In total, they was taking in it was like 1.2 to 1.4 with like the everybody, you know what I'm saying? But domestically was 960. But even with 960, when you add the gate to that, that's like 100 million. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that them dudes, you know what I mean, they made off with 40 and 30 respectively. Cause then Rick was like, without Tank versus Ryan, there wouldn't be no Spence versus Crawford because they had got the money to give to them guys. You know what I'm saying?
Google
that's what Rick said. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
$9 million, man. They didn't make a lot.
Say that again.
Google what they made, what they took home. You're gonna see shit like $5 and $9 million.
But is that accurate though? Is that accurate?
I'm going off with Dan Rayfield and Oscar De La Hoya said. Well, Dan had said it first. Dan retweeted the joint. I shouted Dan out because they tried to play it like Oscar came out with the news first that Ryan made 30 million. But I had heard it a few weeks before when I was listening to Dan on the betting show, and Dan was like, Ryan had some ongoing shit with the lawyer and Golden Boy, and he had just made 30 million from the Tank fight. You know what I mean? And then Oscar came out with Ryan's person, what he made and what he brought home, and then they was all trying to say like, oh wow, he made that much money. But really it was Dan who already came out with this shit. But what I'm saying is 960 times a pay-per-view, nigga, that's damn near 100 million when you add the gate. You know what I mean? So they definitely could have made that.
Blunts, this is what this is something I found myself doing over the last 5 years or so and shit like that. And it all started from the AJ versus Wilder thing when you used to hear these numbers from these UK people that was talking about all the money that AJ had. You can just Google what a person's net worth is at towards the middle of February. You can go wait till about February 19th or 18th or some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Or January even. So at the end of the day, that's the end. You're talking around the end of the fiscal quarter, and this is where all of this shit will be reported. Now, if they made what they say, and granted that these guys only fought pretty much that time, at least with Ryan Garcia, then what he made as a gross for the fight and what he actually was able to put in the bank still should be above 12 to 15 million dollars. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can kind of fuck with the numbers a little bit to kind of get a good solid estimate on what that net worth would be, not the gross. We're talking the net. You feel what I'm saying? So do I believe they may have grossed 30 million? It's possible. But what do I believe that he netted that? Not at all. You feel what I'm saying? Based on what their so-called percentages were, and based on what was reported as their guarantees, it's just the numbers just don't add up. They just don't add up. And I could always say this. I'm a person as well that says, okay, you work for a reputable organization, or you did work for a reputable organization. This what you could have heard from someone on the inside and blase, blase, blah. But at the end of the year, at the end of the fiscal year, everything comes to light, because your net worth is going to be your net worth for that year. So all you got to do is their net worth. This fight happened in 2023 at the end of the fiscal quarter for 2023. Just Google it, and if it's right there, then you can put that in the bank.
It's black and white.
Yeah. Right. I'm you know what I mean? I'm just like, I ain't really worried about them niggas' net worth. All I'm saying is my nigga Rick be on point with the pay-per-view numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because he called them shits right, because he got the inside guy with the sources, with the numbers. So if anybody got the right numbers, they always gonna drop the inflated joints. But Rick gonna come and drop the real joints on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
I
then
get
Rick,
that.
and then you know what I mean, he gonna get a credit where the credit due. You know what I mean? He gave credit to, them guys and Tank Success and all that shit, and Ryan, and he actually said, there's no telling if what Tank will do in his next fight. It's probably got a lot to do with Ryan's 10 million Instagram followers and shit. So fuck percentages and all that shit and all that. When we talk about 960,000 times 84.99 and then add a $22.8 million gate on that, that's 104 million. Playing, I don't give whoever percentages, net worths, what they really got, what they, I don't, you know what I mean? They say dude got 30, they say dude got 40. It's definitely possible that would leave about 35 million left over, because it was about 104 million. That leave about 34 million left over for whoever the fuck, where it got to go to the network, the promoter, wherever the fuck else the rest go. And then them dudes walk away with what they walk away with. So that's all I'm saying.
No, I get it. I get that, but at the end of the day, for me to say, all right, I believe that as a solid thing, I need to see more than one avenue. I can believe you on this, I believe you on that, but now for me to settle that deal, to know that it's absolutely 100, I'm going to use my final source. You know what I'm saying? Just to check out these numbers on what their net worth is, and then that says, yeah, these dudes made that kind of money. I respect that. God damn. You know what I'm saying? And I give them their props. But if
I'm saying if 40 million, but if you make 40 million, like if I walk away with 40 million, I don't give a fuck what it translates into when it comes to my net worth. Like this check I just got said 40 million. My net worth might say 7. Who know what the fuck that talking about? Because this check I got right here, that motherfucker say 40. You want to see it? I'll show it to you. It's a hell of zeros on this motherfucker. Fuck what the Google just said my net worth was. They don't see this check I got in my hand right here. Google didn't see this check. They don't even know nothing about this check I got right now. When I deposit it, they might know, but I don't know. Maybe I might buy a couple things first. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? So
everything, here's the beautiful part of net worth. Everything you own goes into that number. Everything that you own, the house, the cars, all of that, whatever investments you have both in and outside the ring and shit like that, all of that go into your net worth. Now, Ryan Garcia is already damn near a $10-20 million kid. You feel what I'm saying? That dude has investments and other things that are going on where his net worth is up there. Like, that's a very rich little dude. You feel what I'm saying? So when I Googled, net worth of PBC, there was no real information. Everything that was saying was because they don't accurately report or consistently report, it's hard for the companies. And that was even through Forbes. When I Googled the Charlos, their net worth is combined 6 million. Errol Spence net worth is 8. Was around.
See, they got to combine the 6, but my man just got 20 M's off Canelo. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that was back then, and that's for this year. So what I'm saying is at the end of the year, it's always going to be recorded and updated. So what you do for 2020, for what you do for 2022, you can find that out in 2023. What you did in 23, you'll find that out in 2024. So that's where it's like, okay, for the whole year, I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm hearing all this bread that these guys supposed to have made. I'm hearing all this bread that the company was supposed to bring in. There should be some way for me to track that.
And shit, nigga shouldn't even be tracking that shit. Niggas like us shouldn't even be tracking. We need to be tracking our own shit at the end of every goddamn year when we got to follow our shit. I ain't tracking no nigga. Fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga going. I gotta track my shit. They finna come looking for me.
When you trying to tell me something about someone, then I myself, you feel what I'm saying? Not everybody's into it, but I myself will be the person that is gonna go through it, because I grew up in the, you know, kind of in the 80s and everything. When you did meet a big wig about shit, you can just kind of like run down their fiduciary history and the companies that they fuck with. Oh, that's Al Heyman. Yeah, I know you had yeah. Oh wow, that's Al Heyman. Yeah, great to meet you. You've had a hand in successfully signing Whitney Houston, working with Babyface, and doing a lot of collaborations with Babyface. You've worked with other hip hop artists like Sean Diddy Combs and Heavy D to help build up their career, and a lot of things that Heavy D was doing. And you would bring these things down, so these people would be like, oh, so you did your homework on me. Yes, sir. Okay, so who are you? And then you just tell them who you are, and then you may be able to get in a meeting or be able to get into an event that they were hosting that was for nothing but other big wigs. But just because you knew their history and you're following them like that, you feel what I'm saying? Not through social media because it didn't exist, but you're just following their fiduciary records. Then they're like, yeah, I want you to meet this young man. He's very bright. He's very in tune. Yeah, he looks like someone who's boom, boom, boom. And that's how that's how I was able to, being a regular dude who was a chef and a street dancer, was able to move in these circles where I really shouldn't have been in, but it was just because of my passion for reading Forbes magazine and other magazines and shit like that.
Your AC and your taste in music, man. There was some dope ass artists you mentioned.
Yeah, for sure.
So
at the end of the day, that got me to move in circles, and get cooking events and catering events because I could cook with these type of people. So that's the reason why it stayed with me. And then I still have the habit of, looking at my favorite people when I hear they're doing big projects. Let me go see what their net worth is like, and let me just do some background, whatever. And it just gives me information so I can listen to what people say, but I know their real numbers or close to their real numbers. Every rich person, I don't give a fuck who you are. You want to be on Forbes, and hopefully after what I'm trying to put together right now, is going to have me, being able to rub elbows and possibly get my name up on that list. So at the end of the day, bro, I've always found that it's all to some people it's useless information because they have their beliefs on tracking other people's money, but some people appreciate the fact that you're a person that's following them. You're following them for what they do, and you're also an admirer of how much money they generate. That's just the way I look at it. It's everybody's not into that though.
Word, no, I can feel that. Some different times right there. He said it was no social media. I had to go up there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The buttons. What's the deal? What they got going on? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, exactly.
That's you? Oh, all right. Word.
Yeah, exactly. So when there was no social media like that, you man, listen, you don't want to be in a room with a bunch of bigwigs and everybody sitting there talking money, and you just, and all of that whole conversation is over your head, and you just sitting there like, like a straight up fanboy. For real, bro. For real. You want to be that guy that can jump in the conversation and talk business and looking at talking to him. So
fact, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm hearing you're having this big event coming up, and you're signing this person, and these are the type of contracts that you tend to blah blah blah, and they're like, wow, okay, so you know your shit. You're like, yeah, I appreciate it. Here's my card, and you get that card, and you find out, oh shit, this shit got this nigga's address on it and his personal number. Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. Then you get a call one day, you just chilling in your crib, like, yeah, this is such and such, or you get a call from one of their representatives, and you're like, yeah, this is he, and they're like, oh, we're hosting an event, yada yada yada. I was personally told I'm his personal assistant. Your invitation is there. Just let me just verify your the spelling of your name and shit like that. And they start out, telling you, the first one and then your last name. Everything is, A is in apple, R is in rider, R is in rider, and they just bring your whole last name down like that. And you like, yeah, that's who I am. Okay, so doors open at this, dress attire is yada yada yada. He'll be expecting to see you there. All right, cool. You're like, whoa, shit. Call your mans up. Yo, son, guess what, man? Yo, this nigga just called me, kid. Yo, I'm finna go up there, man. Yo, listen, man. I got to go get me some new hard bottoms, a jacket, and all of that kind of shit, man. Yo, meet me at Bloomie's. Yeah. I'm about to go on to Bloomingdale's and go cop me some shit, man, for real. Dead ass, man. Yo, I'll holler at you. You feel what I'm saying? And you like, damn. Wow, hands is all sweaty and all of that because you're like, man, I'm finna rub elbows with all of these people, and then right there you just standing there like, oh shit, that's Whitney. Oh shit, that's Baby. Oh shit, that's such and such. Oh my God. Oh shit, that's Mary. You feel what I'm saying? And you just like, wow. Some people talk about they whatever, but when you really moving in those circles and you're not starstruck like that, you'll find out that all of these celebrity niggas have a lot more respect for you. Like, listen, I don't give a fuck who you are. You bleed just like me. You know what I'm saying? You bleed just like me, so it's whatever. You're still human just like me. You just got a talent that you are absolutely able to capitalize on and make money on. Me, one day I'm hoping to get there. So that's pretty much it, man. It ain't nothing crazy, man. And I hope everybody on this panel that's doing big things like Green and this little man and all of that, all y'all people, everybody on this panel get there. You know what I'm saying? WCS be at them boxing events and shit. We saw him at the last Crawford joint, sitting up there. You see the back of his head. He taking pictures and maneuvering and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, I like to see that, man. I like to see that because that lets you know that regardless of what they say, man, our people is always in the house, and we always come through representing heavy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's what it is, man. And you know what I mean?
I dig that shit you saying, AC, for real, bro. For real. I just wanted to let you know that shit, man. Salute to you for what you said, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Thanks a lot, man. I'm in my 50s. You feel what I'm saying? So I like I listen to music and
damn.
People say, I say, yo, I got a life dead ass, man. A motherfucker could write a book on from what I did in the cooking aspect, for me dancing in videos with Michael Jackson, Jodie Watley, Mariah Carey and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? To being in dance documentaries and shit like that. All that type of shit, man. I done been to Japan. I done been to China. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not the dude to always want to be, act like I'm whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Square big.
So it's just like, look, I'm always gonna keep two feet firmly on the ground, because this shit is all materialistic. One day I got it, one day I don't have it. You feel what I'm saying? So money come and go. If it wasn't like that, it wouldn't be printed every motherfucking day. You feel what I'm saying? So, just like one of my favorite rappers said, as long as they keep printing it, there's a chance of me really, really getting it. So I've always kept that type of attitude, man. And this is the way I talk to the youngins out here like that. Like, bro, you have an opportunity. Don't fucking blow it for nothing. There's a certain point where I rub elbows with billionaire niggas. You feel what I'm saying? And right now I'm currently fucking with a lot of Israeli billionaire dudes and shit like that. I'm getting ready to open up a restaurant for one of these guys that's gonna be off the hook. So once that shit actually happens, once the spot gets its kosher certification, hopefully next week, I'll come on channels and panels and shit like that, and let cats know, if y'all in Brooklyn, New York, come to 270 Kingston Avenue. The place will be called blah blah blah. You feel me? I'll be there. Just come slide through. I'll treat you well. It's a kosher spot, so this one won't have beef in it or whatever, but it's pretty much fish and vegetables for all the pesca vegans and shit like that. Come through. I've gotten all kind of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'll let somebody else chop it up while I look for this photo real quick, and then I'm gonna open my camera up and kind of put it up there so cats could see and shit like that. Shit, where the fuck did I put it? But I've fed the mayor of New York and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? I fed and I had to sign a disclosure, and I couldn't say nothing until he was no longer president and shit like that. Bill Clinton and his wife. You feel what I'm saying? So I never got to do anything with Obama because they didn't really spend a lot of time in New York like that. But or come to several different restaurants. Obama had his own personal chef. God bless the dead of the dude who got murdered and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was killed and shit like that. But pretty much that was pretty much it. Shit. But I gotta figure out what phone I got this shit on right now. But deadass is, I just try to have fun with stuff, man. I love my life. I love being around, dudes like y'all. This is why I come on the panel and we could all chop it up about boxing and, always give a great impression. Like, yeah, I'm not a dude who has a boxing channel, but I love talking boxing.
Square big.
You feel what I'm saying? I love chopping it up with Blunts, chopping it up with Green, coming on WCS whenever I could catch him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of his joints, he just chops it up and he reads what's happening off in the chats. He always be saying he got the hottest chat in on these YouTube streams. I'll be catching them. You feel what I'm saying? So basically that's pretty much it, bro. Shit. But I'm gonna let somebody else take the floor for a minute, while I try to find this shit. But who's that?
Yeah, appreciate JT. AC, you know what I'm saying? We were just having a panel talking about miscellaneous topics, man. It's always good to hear both sides, all sides. You feel me? Especially with the hottest chat in the MF and game on deck, A-Side official. Man, you already know. If anybody have anything else, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, bro. I'm not gonna stay here too long.
Man, I'm gonna say, man, hey man, I ride with y'all, man. Y'all be safe, man. Peace and blessings. I think Bud fighting not only the fighters, the suits, and I'm rooting for Bud, man. Bud a bad motherfucker, man. Hey, y'all be good. Y'all be good, man.
Yeah, for sure, Jones. Appreciate you pulling up, brother. Always, man. One love to you.
Leave you laid out on the floor, try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Hey, what you got to say there, champ? Yeah, man. What's up, Black? Hey, Deontay, what you got to say? What you got to say? To this day! To this day! To this day! Yeah! Believe it!